now, can't stop now. Find this warfare to the last one round. Let the oppressed rise, and let the rich mourn till the sundown. Enough with this shit, about to make it hot, cold and compound. This for my niggas, put the guns and the drugs down. Dwelling in peace to the Lord, call for the blood. Hey, try to decide my death, and got beside yourself. Sworn drawn for what you perform, how you gon' hide yourself? Devil got to die for his lies, and he ain't got no love for the practice. Lord, just rule the teachers. And in my father's house is feeding mansions. I got pleading bitch for the inventions. This your death sentence. I'm talking about slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah, slaughter. And they do not run away and feel the world alive. They die for your skin. You gon' die for your pride. I'm talking to you. So war for your life. Try to destroy my people. You gotta pay the price, nigga. You gotta hear, let them hear. Tell the devils that they in this bill. Slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah. Now they shook from vicious words out this hanging book. About to take these rappers back to school. My flow standing hook. They crossed the line, ain't no coming back. You became no cowards. The only thing sweet is the honey check. Righteous is the Lord. Give me rest from my sorrow. And hang down death for the devils. There's no tomorrow. Why? Cause they violence leave a man in stiff coat. You see a flag in the bench, I see horns in a pitchfork. So please believe it, the white man is a demon. And I ain't gon' go with him to free me. No, that beat is still weak. They got the purple, that's why they snipe it ain't broke like ceiling. You got this nigga on his knees. They wanna have peace. We screaming, let this bitch burn at 1,000 degrees. I'm laying in the bosom of revenge. I told her I'd do anything she please as I squeeze on the double D's. Fuck you mean? I'm talking to you. Yeah, slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah, slaughter. And they do not ride and feel the world alive. Ain't down for your skin. You gon' die for your pride. I'm talking to you. So war for your life. Try to destroy my people. You gotta pay the price, nigga. You gotta hear, let them hear. Tell the devils that they in this still. Slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah. The police just shot him for no apparent reason. No reason at all. They asked for license and registration. That's the police officer over there that did it. With the black on. I can't really do shit because they got me handcuffed. I can't believe they just did this. I'm fucking back! life. I tried to find something to follow. Had loyalty, different man tried to borrow. Felt pain and a lot of sorrow. Got betrayed so bad I didn't even have my heart broke. Living confused, about to lose hope. Cops got me on the side of the road like a sideshow. Need an antidote before I choke. Now I'm setting fire to prison man blues for this guitar smoke. With no cause, trying to find direction. The world got me vexed. Picked up a bad liquor habit that's hereditary from oppression. But like my life was on fire, trying to find an exit. Now look, 10 G's plus a good record. Sometimes a follower is a soldier, trying to find a good ship. Plus when you in hell, how do you excel? Wisdom the breath of life, I believe in fairy tales. Listen well to what I tell. No calling can cause pain. Something that a rebel knows very well. Can't you tell I was sent by the Lord? Got a tongue like a two-edged sword. With a style that they might just record. The only thing equal is the curse for the wicked and the righteous reward. Have mercy on the men that don't see it. Separated from the tares. Now on my prayers and it's so big. A rebel, take the world by word of mouth. U.P.K, we the rebels that you heard about. Yeah. And it ain't gonna stop till 100 virgins in the house and I'm hanging verdicts out. Yeah, I ain't heard about without a shadow of a doubt. These devils seeing licks off us. Fuck the bank, I'm about to store the pocket ticket office. Can't sweep office, cannot stop us. Plus I know the feds watch us and tell the people that they church full of witch doctors. Put us in prison and stop violence. Meanwhile, U.P.K turning rebels into rock wallers. And leave with mighty men. And now I understand things that never truly made sense. Like why I'm crying that just through the roof for a criminal. Knowing he ain't innocent, it's fucked up. But my boot shot, sitting between two priests, about to blaze on their hands, call it tough love.
You said endure to the end?
Yeah. And wouldn't touch a white bitch with OJ's black glove. Father, forgive me for my effort. I'm forever by your side. Clean and perfect over my flaws. It's the reason I'm alive. Thank God for this truth. Cause for a long time, it's a rebel without a call. Look, man. First time I met you, man, in junior high, man, hit 3807. Rebel without a call. My little daughter would
Matthew.
Open the door.
Either one.
Dropping the truth for
Matthew
me. And all that.
What's that right here?
Mark
13:13.
You do your time. Taking the mama's training that.
You so loud.
Rebel without a call. It's the reason I'm alive. Thank God for this truth. It's for a long time. Rebel without a call.
You cannot whoop us. We're already dead. We're already beaten down. We've been beaten down for 400 years. We already got the wounds inside and outside our body. How you gonna hurt us? You cannot threaten us. You cannot frighten us. We live in the most frightening places, under the most frightening conditions. We are immune to fear. We are immune to harm. You see what I'm saying? You have stepped into a cesspool. You're the only one gonna get infected.
All right. Right, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. All right. Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabbarakatam to all the brothers, Yahweh Shemar Latan by Shem Yahweh Shah to all the sisters. We are the I.S.U.P.K. Start out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commandant General Yohana. And we've been teaching Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that the truth according to the Bible since 1969, right? And today is I.S.U.P.K. San Antonio Tuesday Brotherhood class. Right, and today's brotherhood topic is staying strong in the truth, right? And to stay strong in the truth, you must endure to the end, right? And to endure to the end, right? You have to stay on the narrow path, right? Because it's easy to fall left, or it's easy to fall right and to fall left, but you have to stay on this straight path, right? It's easy. It's easy to do. It's easy to do evil, right? Or to do wrong, right? But how many people do right? Everybody does evil. Everybody done evil before, right? But how many brothers and sisters are actually trying to be righteous and trying to do good in the sight of the Lord, right? Right, and that's what the I.S.U.P.K. teaches you. I.S.U.P.K. teaches you how to serve the Lord correctly, how to do right, in the sight of the Lord, right? And that's why we have perfect brotherhood in here in the I.S.U.P.K. because we're all striving to serve the Lord. You know what I mean? We're all striving to do right by the Lord. So then when all of us striving to trying to do right by the Lord, we keep those commandments. That's why marriages in I.S.U.P.K last forever. Why? Because to leave your husband or leave your wife, that will be disobeying the law, right? That would be unbrotherly, because to have brotherhood is a law in the Bible, and we all keep the laws and statutes and commandments of the Bible, right? Salaki. And we all keep the law, statutes, and commandments of the Bible. That's what we're here to do. Give me that in Ecclesiastes. I think Ecclesiastes 12 and 12 or 12 and 13.
Oh God, sir.
Right. And then mark that in Mark.
Come on.
I don't know when, but I'm going to get that scripture from you.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13.
All right.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
Right. Here's the conclusion of the whole matter, right? Go ahead.
Fear Yahweh.
Right. You got to fear the Most High, right? That's why marriages last forever in the I.S.U.P.K, because we fear the Most High. Because we fear the Most High. That's why brothers don't be smoking weed, smoking cigarettes in the I.S.U.P.K, because we fear the Lord. We fear the power. And when you fear the power, you do what the power says. You're obedient. Right? So when you fear something, well, what's that? What's the scripture say? The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
That's right.
Right?
Come.
So when you fear something, that's you being wise. Right? That's you being wise. Right. So that's why marriages last forever in the I.S.U.P.K. That's why brotherhood stands so strong in the I.S.U.P.K. That's why brothers give garments off their back to another brother, because of brotherhood, because we fear the Most High. And we don't want to offend no brother, because we don't want the Most High to offend us. Right? We don't want the Most High to be like, oh, so you don't want to be brotherly? Well, I don't want to be your father. You know what I mean? He already took his name away from us once before. We don't want that to happen again. Now that we're coming back into our nationality, our culture, our heritage. Right? Keep going.
Come. Fear God and keep his commandments.
It says do what?
Fear God and keep his commandments.
Right. So that's how you fear God, by keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. And one of the law, statutes, and commandments is being a brother. Being a brother and being a sister to your brothers and your sisters, right?
That's right.
That's what that is. And that's what Adam knew. That's why when he took Eve as his woman, it said flesh of my flesh and bone of my bone. Right? Flesh and blood. You're my flesh and my bone. You were my sister. Now you were my family. Right? Now we're gonna start a family. I took my family and made family. Right? So now you was my sister. Now you're my wife. Right? But then you're still my sister. That's why you should be treating your ribs and ribs should be treating women should be treating their husbands like just like you treat your brothers and your sisters. All right. That's it on that, right?
Come on, sir.
Read that one more time.
Come on, sir. Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
Right.
Fear Yahweh.
Right.
And keep his commandments.
Right. And fear them of the Most High. And that's a law in the Bible to keep the God's commandments, right? That's a commandment.
That's right.
The fear to keep the law, statutes, and commandments is a commandment. Right? That should be treated like that should be treated like thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. That should be treated like that. How come the Christian church say the laws are done away with? Because that's why they don't have no brotherhood in the Christian church. That's why the pastor is the main one defiling everybody's wife or defiling somebody's child. Right? That's why the is that mine?
Come on, sir.
What the hell is going on? Oh, turn this down. That's why the Christian pastor is the main one. Is the main one in the church robbing everybody for their stimulus money. Robbing everybody in the church. How dare they? How dare he rob his brothers and his sisters? Right? That's why the Lord is going to deal with them. The Lord is going to deal with them when he comes back. If they don't repent and they don't change, the Lord is going to deal with that. He's gonna deal with that nonsense. Give me the law about brotherhood in the law. I think it's Leviticus 19, verse 17.
Leviticus chapter 19, verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother.
You should not do what?
Hate thy brother.
You should not do what?
Hate thy brother.
Thou shalt not hate thy brother. You shouldn't hate your brother. Why are you hating your brother? That's your brother. Right? It says, thou shalt not hate thy brother. Keep going.
In thine heart.
It says in your heart. You shouldn't hate your brother in your heart. You shouldn't be thinking about hating your brother. Because that's what your heart is. Your heart is in your mind. That's where that's where you love it. Your heart is just somewhere, is just a place that pumps blood.
That's right.
But all the emotions and stuff happens in your brain. So why you shouldn't be thinking about hating your brother? Somebody that thinks about hating their brother 24/7 or hating somebody 24/7, they got an issue. They got a problem. Right? Keep going.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
You should do what?
In any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
Right. You should rebuke thy neighbor, meaning correct your neighbor. Right. And when it says correct your neighbor, I mean when it says rebuke your neighbor, the so-called white man that stays next door is not your neighbor. Your neighbor is your Black, Hispanic, and Native American brother that lives in your neighborhood, that is down the street, that is over here, and that is over there, that's across the street.
Right.
It is not these other nations, man. These other nations are not your brother. These other nations are not your brother. Black man, Hispanic man, Native American man. Where's do we have the folder? I left it in the car, huh?
No, you talking about the flyers?
Yeah, I need a flyer.
Okay, I got you.
I need a flyer. The other nations, the heathen nations, the Gentile nations, they're not your brother. They are not the ones that you should be forgiving, turning your other cheek to, and forgiving 7 times 7, giving your life for, like the brothers and sisters do in the American military. I just need one. Right? Like the brothers and sisters do in the American military. They are not. That is not what that is not what you're supposed to do. Hey, matter of fact, turn the lights. Why are the lights turned?
Oh, sir. Got you.
Why are the lights turned? The lights shouldn't be turned. They should be facing us. Is that better? Yeah, it looks better on the camera.
Okay.
Lights shouldn't be turned. But this is your brother. These are there you go. These are your brothers. Everybody on this side of the sign is your brothers. This is what the world calls us, and this is what the Lord calls us over here. Judah, Benjamin, Levi, right? Simeon, Zebulon, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Asher, Issachar. That's what the Lord calls us. These are your brothers, right? We need to download one to the Western and remind me later.
Come on, sir.
Those are your brothers. That's who you should be not hating in your heart. Right? That's who you should be loving like you love yourself. That's who you should be trying to give your life for, is your brothers. Right? There's some more on that, right?
Come.
Keep going.
And not suffer sin upon him.
Right. So when you see your brother sinning, when you see your brother doing evil in the sight of the Lord, you should correct your brother. You should tell him, hey, brother, I don't think that was right with what you was doing, and you know what I mean. You should change that. Hey, brother, we shouldn't be smoking weed. We shouldn't be smoking cigarettes.
That's right.
Hey, brother, we shouldn't be eating shrimp, pork, crab, lobster. Hey, brother, we shouldn't celebrate Christmas. Brother, we shouldn't be celebrating Easter. We shouldn't be celebrating our birthdays.
Right.
We shouldn't be doing these things there because the Lord don't like that. The Lord don't like us worshiping other gods. And that's what we're doing when we celebrate these pagan holidays. We're worshiping other gods. Give me Proverbs 3:31. Right? Yeah, because when we celebrate these other days, right? These pagan holidays or these pagan days that the oppressor celebrates. That's what we're doing. We're disobeying our God, and we're envying the other nations. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. That's something that we shouldn't do because the Lord told us not to do that. Envy thou oppressors.
That's it.
Yeah.
Heavy right there.
And that's what we shouldn't be doing. But that's what we that's what we do. We choose because we choose to do that thing there. So the Lord continues to punish us because we don't have brotherhood. Right? We don't have brotherhood. Christ, the greatest black man that ever lived on this planet, was a black man like you and I, right? And we still don't want to follow the greatest black man that ever lived on this planet. We still choose to follow Martin Luther King. We still choose to follow Elijah Muhammad and Malcolm X, Farrakhan, Reverend Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, but we refuse to follow Christ. Christ gave his life for us, for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? And we don't want to follow that. We don't want to follow that. We'll follow Martin Luther King in a heartbeat. We'll follow Malcolm X in a heartbeat. But one thing we won't do is follow Christ, follow Yahushua Mashiach. That's one thing we will not do. We're not sure. He showed us perfect brotherhood by dying for us, and we won't show him perfect brotherhood by just following him and doing the same things that he did. Instead, the Lord know my heart. That's what we say instead. The Lord know my heart, and he knows our heart is wicked. Right? When really we should be, and I bring this up all the time. When people say, "Oh, I'm a Christian, I follow Christ," and like, well, when did Christ ever celebrate Christmas? And they be like, humming. That's when that old Christian talk, humming, because they don't, because they have no answer, because they know Christ never celebrated Christmas.
That's right.
But they still want to celebrate Christmas. And why do they want to celebrate Christmas? Give me that.
It says Proverbs chapter 3 verse 31.
Mm-hmm.
Envy thou not the oppressor.
Do what?
Envy thou not the oppressor.
It says, envy thou not the oppressor. Do not envy the oppressor. Don't be like the oppressor. None of his ways. Don't be trying to wear your hair like the oppressor. Don't be trying to celebrate the oppressor's holidays. Right? Don't be trying to be in the oppressor's religion. Don't be trying to vote for the oppressor. Right? That's things that we do all the time. The oppressor says that we can eat shrimp, crab, lobster, and pork, right? And he calls that thing a delicacy and the other white meat. And what do? Okay, whatever you say, massa. And we go right along, jumping into envying after the oppressor. That's what we do as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And it's about time we stop doing that. And we follow Christ, man. We follow the priests and prophets, man. We follow Christ, man. It's about time we start doing that. But we don't want to do that because we want to do whatever our flesh desires. We want to do whatever our minds think so. Right?
Con.
Is there any more on that? Yeah, there's more on that, right?
Con. Sir, it says, envy thou not the oppressor.
It says, don't envy the oppressors. Don't want to be like the oppressors. Don't be all in their face doing what they do, right? Keep going.
And choose none of his ways.
Don't choose none of his ways. Don't choose his Christmas. Don't choose his Thanksgiving. Don't choose his Halloween. That's what's coming up next, right? Don't choose what else they got? Valentine's Day and New Year's Eve. Don't choose none of his ways. Don't choose the homosexuality. Don't choose the murdering. Don't choose the raping. Don't choose none of that. All of that is against our God, man. Is against our culture, man. Is against our God's laws. Don't choose none of that, man. And that's being a brother to Christ, man, because Christ died for that. Christ died for you not to be put to death for sinning. And why do we sin willfully? So that's being a brother to Christ, right?
Con.
And that's it on that one.
Con.
Give me that Mark.
13.
Yeah, give me that. Yeah, give me that.
Con.
And then after that, yeah, give me that.
It was Matthew 24:13.
No, it was Matthew 13, Mark and 13:13.
No, I'm on it right here. Mark chapter 13, verse 13, it says, and you shall be hated of all men.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because of Christ, right? For Christ's sake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know.
Already. Mark chapter 13, verse 13. and ye shall be hated of all men.
Right, because we're gonna be hated for all men. When you come and follow Christ and you and truly follow Christ, you're gonna be hated by all men, right? That's what's gonna happen. Now, I go ask the Christian pastors who hates them. Nobody. Everybody loves the Christian pastor because the Christian pastor is for everybody. God loves everybody. You could do whatever you want to do in the Christian church, right? As long as you accept Jesus, right? But Christ said you're gonna be hated by all men, right? Keep going.
Come. For my name's sake.
For who?
For my name's sake.
That what Christ said. Christ said you're gonna be hated by all men for his name's sake. Right? You're gonna be hated by all men for Christ's name's sake. Once you start to follow Christ and once you do what Christ did and actually follow the law, statutes, and commandments, you're gonna be hated by all men like Christ was. Your mother's gonna, your family's gonna leave you, your wife's gonna leave you, your kids gonna leave you, your friends gonna be like, oh, this nigga crazy. Everybody's gonna leave you. But you know who's gonna be there for you? Your brothers and sisters in the I.S.U.P.K. Christ is gonna be there for you. The Most High is gonna be there for you. Angels are gonna be there for you. Right? But everybody else in the world is going to leave you. Everybody that don't understand this truth is going to leave you. They're going to leave you. Trust me. That's what's going to happen. Right? Keep going.
Come. But he that shall endure to the end.
Do what?
But he that shall endure unto the end.
Right. So you that endure to the end, black man, Hispanic man, Native American man, keep God's laws, keep the faith in I.S.U.P.K. Right? You that endure to the end, endure to the end, right? Keep going.
The same shall be saved.
But you're the one that's going to be saved. You're the one that's going to get that's going to get on those chariots. You're the one that's going to be ruling in the kingdom here to come. You're the one that's going to get that crown of gold. You're the one, black man, Hispanic man, Native American man. Nobody else. Because everybody else is going to leave you because they think that you're crazy because you don't celebrate pagan holidays because you actually follow law, statutes, and commandments that's in the Bible. Right? That's what they're going to do. They're going to leave you for Christ. Start that over.
We in Mark chapter 13, verse 13. And ye shall be hated of all men.
Right. Your mama's gonna hate you, your brother's gonna hate you, your sister's gonna hate you, your auntie's gonna hate you, your wife's gonna hate you, your kid's gonna hate you, because your wife is gonna be like, why can't I just celebrate Christmas? And then your kid's gonna be like, so I don't get no gifts for Christmas, I don't get none of this for my birthday, I don't get none of that. That's what they're gonna say. And they're gonna be like, you're so evil because you don't give gifts on a certain day. That's what they're gonna say. You can give them gifts 363 days out of the year. No, I'm counting the birthday too. You can give them gifts 363 days out of a birthday out of the year, right? Give them gifts 363 days out of the year, and then they still gonna on Christmas and their birthday, whatever the day of their birth, they still gonna be like, well, how come I didn't get no gift for that? And that because they're worried about what the world thinks. Like what Christ say, be in the world, but not of the world. Right? Because you got to live in the world, but you don't have to be of the world. Right? And they're still gonna want that gift on that day. Why? Because those are demons that's attacking them. What's up, Bach?
Sir, just going off of what you're saying, though, is that when you come into the truth, part of the enduring is actually making sure not to get caught in the way that you feel just because people see the way that you are and are going to come against things that are against their way of living.
Right.
It's a spiritual thing because their spirit is trying to buck up against what they see as something that's contradicting to what they do. Because deep down, the spirit knows what's right and what's wrong. Like they literally don't know how to be the correct way. And they see somebody living correct while they aren't. Of course, they're going to retaliate because that demon's going to be brought out of them. That gives you the opportunity to defeat that. It gives you the opportunity to show brotherhood to them and to show the truth to them.
Right.
And like the scripture said, rebuke them, right? Because you love them, because you care about them, that you're willing to be an example for them and not be afraid to set the example and sacrifice your wants and ways that you used to come from to get rid of all of that so that you could stand strong in this truth. And they're going to see that in the end. And one way or another, I bet you anything, they will learn to respect it.
Right.
When you endure.
God, you damn right. You damn right. You right. Right. And that's what I want to say. Right. Keep going on that.
Come. But he that shall endure unto the end,
you shall endure to the end, right? You put all the false claimers away and let them do them, and you just stick fast in this truth and keeping God's laws, man, and parlaying with your brothers, right? Because we are brothers of the spirit, man. We got the same spirit as you do, but we understand the same, man. They don't understand, and they might not never understand, right? Keep going.
The same shall be saved.
And you're gonna get that crown at the end times, man. When Christ come back, he's gonna give you that crown, and you're gonna get taken up. He's gonna give you that crown, and you're gonna rule in the next kingdom. That's what's gonna happen, man. That's what's gonna happen, man. And no longer shall nobody be acting like they're not gonna hate you then. They're not gonna hate you then. Then they're gonna be one like you was correct. When Christ cracked them skies, then that's when all the correction go, you was right. I'm sorry. So they don't know what Salakia is now, but when Christ cracked them skies, Salakia. They're gonna be Salakian like crazy. Right. Salakia. Like, well, when I used to say Salakia to you, be like, oh, I don't know what that means. Get that. What you speaking? You speaking that bullshit. That what they, you know what I mean?
Right.
But then when Christ cracked the sky, Salakia, you were right. You was right. Like, we know we was right. We was trying to tell you. You know, I tried to tell you, but you didn't want to listen. So now it's not up to me no more. It's not up to you no more. Whatever Christ decides. Whatever Yahweh Shai Mashiach decides. Salakia, sir. Baba Kasai. You know what I mean? Would you like me to move this over here for you? You know what I mean? Well, what else would you like me to move for you, sir? Salakia. I don't know, Baba Kasha. What's up, Bob?
Salakia, if I could, like, I remember when first coming in the scriptures and learning under the I.S.U.P.K, one of the first laws that I took to heart was growing out your beard, not letting it be clean shaven. And something as simple as that drew a lot of static from everybody in the family. Why you gotta grow your beard out? Blah, blah, blah. My best friend I grew up with looked at me on Facebook. He was like, yo, man, you look like you got a couple bombs on you or something, right? Because he's over here thinking that we like on some Muslim shit. Well, we show ain't. Look, you see the Maganda Oda right behind us? You know it's official.
Right.
We Israel. And you know what? I do got a couple bombs on me, but they're not physical. They're spiritual.
Man.
We drop gems up in this truth.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying, man.
You reading my mind again.
You reading my mind again. Like, they will be like, oh, you look like you got a couple bombs on you. Flip it around on them and let them know that, listen, look, I'm still be a brother for you. 5-10 years later down the road, when you down and out and you see me holding this truth, I'm going to be right there for you no matter what.
Damn right, Doc.
You know what I'm saying? Because I care about you. And I'm going to be that example so that you can see that your entire life. Whether you agree or not, you still gonna see it. It's up to you to decide to take that step and come into this truth because you know it's correct. That's all I want to say.
Damn right, damn right. Excellent. Let me get oh man, I got all the precepts in my mind just going around.
It's all good. Most High Christ.
I know. Let me get Ecclesiastes 2 and what? Ooh. Oh man, Salakia. Yeah, Salakia, boy. I was eating pepper. Was I eating pepper?
That Southwestern style. Yeah. Salakia, you said Ecclesiastes?
Ecclesiasticus.
Oh, Salakia.
2 and 1.
Salakia.
Yeah, Ecclesiasticus 2 and 1, man. Because you're going to endure into the end, right? You got to stay strong in the truth, endure to the end, right? And this is part of enduring into the end. This is going to show you how to endure to the end.
Oh, yes.
You got me?
Khan, sir.
Let's go ahead with it.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 2 and verse 1.
Right.
My son.
It says my son, but this also goes for my daughter also. Go ahead.
If thou come to serve the Lord,
right? If you're gonna come and serve the Lord, right? If you come in here in the I.S.U.P.K to serve the Lord and do what the Lord wants you to do and keep the law, statutes, and commandments, right? Keep going.
Preserve, Salakia. Prepare thy soul for temptation.
Do what?
Prepare thy soul for temptation.
Because I told all the brothers all the time when they become when they were young men, I said, man, now the Lord is going to test you. Now we come and test, and then when they come in to become a trooper and get their name, I have to tell them, like, hey man, now the Lord is going to test you even harder, right? And then when they become officers, I say, hey, now the Lord is really going to test you. You know what I mean? Now the Lord is really gonna put that temptation out there for you. You thought it was strong before. Wait until now. Now it's gonna be really, really strong. And then every time you get a rank raise, the demon the demons they get stronger, right? When you become an officer of 50, the demons of 50s come. When you become a officer of 500, the demons of 500s come. When you become a officer of 1,000, the demons of 1,000 come. They get stronger and stronger also. Keep going.
Come. Prepare thy soul for temptation.
Right, you got to prepare your soul for temptation. You got to know you're going to be tempted and be ready to fight for that thing there, man. Stand still, put your 10 toes down in the ground, dig in and fight. That's what you got to do. Go ahead.
Come. Set thy heart aright.
Right, you got to set your heart aright. You can't be set it wrong. You have to set your heart aright. That means your mind. You got to set your mind right. Right, you got to get your mind off everything that's in the world and get your mind focused on the law, statutes, and commandments, focused on this Bible, focused on brotherhood, and focused on the Most High, man. You got to focus on the Most High. Right, keep going.
Come. And constantly endure.
And do what?
And constantly endure.
And constantly endure. You're gonna have to endure to the end. You're gonna have to constantly endure. You're gonna have to constantly do these things, man, because just because you're in the truth don't mean the demons are just gonna be like, okay, he's in the truth, now let's walk away. No, that means they're gonna come and jump on you, come and try to jump on you. They're gonna bring more than one, and that's why it's important to be around brothers, because brothers in the I.S.U.P.K and sisters in the I.S.U.P.K, we fight demons together. You know what I'm talking about? We fight demons together.
Right.
You call me in the middle of the night, we gonna wake up and fight the demon.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? Wake up out of my sleep and we're gonna get the battling. You're gonna get the boxing in there, and I'm be like, all right, break time. You feel me? You sit down on this stool right here, get the squirt the water. You know what I'm talking about? All right, this is what you gotta do. You gotta go in there, you gotta jab, you gotta hook, cover up and make sure you parry the you know what I mean? But you gotta
right.
You got to get in there, give them a couple body shots. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? We're gonna fight that demon together. If you need my help, let me know, tag me in, and I'm come in with an elbow.
Man,
you know what I mean? What's good, Art?
So I just gotta put in a visual to what you're saying though. When you fighting against that urge to smoke that blunt, you fighting against that urge to go after some whore that you know is more than dealing with more than one man. All those urges that you fight against in this world, you take a look and you see that you got brothers in your corner. You got the I.S.U.P.K in your corner right there, always at your disposal to show you the truth and to remind you of the law and remind you of the proper way to think and to carry yourself about in this wicked place.
Damn right.
So that you can operate and be wise, and you can avoid a lot of the bull that comes with making mistakes, because guess what? You're going to become perfect in this school.
Damn right.
You're going to become nothing but perfect, and you're going to be fantastic. Everybody's going to be wanting to be like you. Once they see your perfection, they're going to know that the truth is in you, that the Most High is with you because of your works.
Right. And then everywhere you go, people going to stare. Who is that? Why he look like that? Because there's just a demeanor of a brother in the truth, of a priest and prophet. It's just a demeanor, man. We wear headbands with spikes and headbands with spikes and fringed up. Everywhere we go, they be looking like, man, this brother looks like he not to be played with. And you start talking to him, how you doing? You know what I'm talking about? And they be like, oh, well, maybe he's like a regular brother. And then you start telling him about the truth and this and that. They be like, huh? Like the brother earlier. The brother earlier, he he was feeling the same type of way that brothers in the truth feel.
Right. Yeah.
Right. And then we just brought it out to him about what we doing and passing out flyers, and we doing this and we doing that. And he was on the same page. He said, what? Then he started telling me, I gotta link up with y'all. I have to link up with y'all.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because he was feeling the same way we felt. And I was like, okay, Con, you know what I'm talking about? We gave him the flyer, showed him where the number is. We said, that's the number right there, man. Go ahead, give us a call. We'd be happy to link up with you. You can go get in class and all that.
That's right.
But he was excited to see us. So somebody on his same level, somebody that understood what he was going through.
That's right.
Right. And we understand a lot about what Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans go through because we come from that same background. We come from that same background, from doing wickedness, from not having no hope, right? And then we run into priests and prophets, and they start reading this Bible to us, and we start understanding that we are the brothers and sisters in this Bible, and we start going into our history, understanding our history, and all of a sudden, life changed. Now we have a reason to do things. Now we have a reason to go out and pass out flowers. Now we have a reason to teach class. Now we have a reason to work out and live long. Because at first you just killing yourself because you have nothing to do.
That's right.
You smoking weed because you have nothing to do.
Right.
You out here messing with whores because you have nothing to do. You out here gang banging because you have nothing to do. You looking for brotherhood. You looking for somebody to care for you. You out here doing nothing with life because you're trying to find something to do, something to attach yourself to make yourself great. When really you are great because you are the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Israel, and one of those 12 sons. Because the Lord chose your seed, or chose you, Black man, Hispanic man, Native American man. Give me that in Deuteronomy 7:6.
Come on.
We're gonna come back to that whole where you at. But give me that in Deuteronomy 7:6.
Come on, sir.
Because Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you are special. You are great. You are holy. Holy meaning separate, set apart. That is you. You are the greatest thing on this planet. And the reason why you're the greatest thing on this planet is because the Lord made it that way. The Lord chose you to be the greatest thing on this planet. Better than everybody else. Go ahead, Doc.
Come on. Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art a holy people.
Right.
Unto the Lord thy God.
See, you are separate people. You're separate from everybody else, but you're close to the Most High. Right? Keep going.
The Lord Yahweh hath chosen thee.
The Lord power Yahweh, the God of Israel, have chosen you, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Nobody else. He chose you. He chose the brothers and sisters on this sign right here. He chose you, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Nobody else. He doesn't want nobody else. Keep going.
Had chosen thee to be a special people.
To be a what?
A special people.
To be a special people, somebody that's different from everybody else. He chose you to be a special people. Remember, you close to him already. You're separate from everybody else, close to the Most High. And then he chose you to be separate from everybody else, right? To be special. So you're away. You're done. You're not like everybody else. You're something different. Go ahead.
Unto himself.
And now you're something different, but you're close to the Most High again. You're still close to the Most High. Right? Keep going.
Above all people.
Equal.
Above all people.
Below at the bottom.
Above all people.
You're above all people. Everybody. Israel, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are above all people.
That's right.
You're above everybody. Keep going.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
No, in the world.
That are upon the face of the earth.
Of the earth, man. Not the world, man. The world can mean told many different things.
That's right.
It could be plenty different worlds out here. But it says the earth, man. You're something special above all people that are on the face of the earth. That's you, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Nobody else, man. Now go back to Ecclesiasticus 2.
Come on. Ecclesiastes.
You good. You good. Take your time, Mark. Ecclesiasticus.
Okay, yeah. We're jumping around. Here we go.
All right.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 2 and verse 1.
Right.
My son.
Right. My son or my daughter. Go ahead.
if thou come to serve the Lord.
When you come to serve the Lord, right? When you gonna come into I.S.U.P.K and you're gonna come to serve the Lord, right? Go ahead.
Prepare thy soul for temptation.
Remember, you're gonna be tempted by everything. You're gonna be tempted by but you're gonna be tempted by the old friends that used to smoke weed, or you used to smoke weed with. They're gonna tempt you and try to get you to smoke the weed, right? They're gonna try to get you to smoke cigarettes. They're gonna so you're gonna come in the truth and be like, all right, I'm done with all that nonsense, right? And then suddenly the old girlfriend or the old girl that you missed or whatever that you was missing back when you was in the world, she gonna call you. I'm just calling to check on you. Hey, big head. You know how they do. Hey, big head. He gonna hit you up on Facebook. She gonna find you.
Right.
And she's gonna hit you up, and that the Lord is gonna tempt you, man.
That's right.
The Lord is gonna tempt you, right? Because He wants you to be strong, man. He wants you to be strong, man. Your family, you ain't gonna have no home cooked meal for a while. Your mama gonna hit you up like, "Hey, son, I cooked some pork chops. I made some pork chops with some gravy on it, and some macaroni and cheese, and some greens, and the cornbread. I got a plate for you, knowing you don't eat that, nonsense." But the Most High is gonna tempt you. The Most High is gonna tempt you. It's gonna be, and it's gonna be. It's not just one temptation. It's gonna be multiple temptations. Temptation over here, temptation over there. They're gonna catch you at your weakest point, and they're gonna and the demon's gonna try to latch onto you. That's why it's important that you stay in. That's important that you endure to the end, stay in this truth.
Right.
That's why it's important that you always got a brother's number, and the sisters always got a brother's number that they can call, their camp leader. Somebody always, somebody you can call. Hey, this is going on, that's going on, and it's going they can talk you off the ledge. Yeah, that's basically what you're doing. If you thinking about eating that shrimp, crab, lobster, pork, you on the edge. You about to jump off a bridge. Right? Am I right? Am I right? Am I wrong?
Yeah,
You about to jump off a bridge.
Sir.
You think about smoking that weed, you about to jump off a bridge. You thinking about going to having sex with that whore, you gonna jump off a bridge. You just like you jumping off a bridge. Somebody gotta talk you off the ledge. Right? Keep going.
Verse 2. Set thy heart aright.
It says do what?
Set thy heart aright.
It says set thy heart aright. Don't set it wrong. Set it right. Set it right. Try to be righteous. Right? Keep that righteousness, right? In the law, statutes, and commandments in the Lord. Stay righteous. Keep going.
And constantly endure.
And do what?
Constantly endure.
And you got to constantly endure, man, because it's never going to be done with. It's never going to be done with. You gonna think you conquered that weed demon 10 years down the line, the weed demon gonna come back 10 times stronger. You thought I was done, huh? Why don't you just pick up the weed and smoke it? Ain't nothing wrong. Everybody's doing it. That's what the demon's gonna be saying right here on your right here on your shoulder. Everybody's doing it. Everybody's smoking weed. Everybody's having sex with whores. Everybody's everybody's eating shrimp, crab, pork, and lobster. It's only the other white meat. Westbrook is wearing a dress. You can wear a dress too. Everybody's doing it. Everybody's wearing tight pants and carrying purses. Right? Everybody's doing it. You can do it too. Don't worry about it. That's what the demon's gonna be doing. The demon's gonna be right here in your ear, trying to talk you off trying to talk you on the ledge, and then it's up to the brothers in I.S.U.P.K to get you off the ledge. What's up, Art?
Oh, guys, what you bring out is real heavy because that demon will try to coerce you in any kind of way and say things in your mind like, "Oh, it's just one time. No one will ever know."
Right.
No one will ever know. It's just one time, just one hit. Come on, for old time's sake. You with your boys, you ain't seen them in all this time. You might as well partake. Win that battle in the I.S.U.P.K. And here, you learn how to win.
Right.
You don't lose those battles like you do in the world.
Damn
you
right.
can finally find the audacity to win against Satan every single time he comes against you.
Damn right.
You don't have to give into that. Anybody out there, all of y'all, the people of Israel, those are the ones we reaching out to. We're letting you know that we are in your corner to give you the information and the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that you need to fight your battle and win every single time.
Right.
That's how you can do it.
And keep reading out.
Come on, sir. Constantly endure
We started verse 2 again.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 2 verse 2. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure.
It says, set thy heart aright and constantly endure. Right? Keep going.
And make not haste in time of trouble.
So when you thinking about smoking that weed, or when you thinking about going popping that whore, or when you thinking about doing breaking laws, statutes, and commandments, or doing wicked in the sight of the Lord, it says don't make haste. Don't be quick to jump up and go do that thing there. Take your time, think about it, call, get counsel, whatever you need to do not to sin. Whatever you need to do. If you need to call one of your 5,000s, your camp leader, if you need to call him 100 times, call him 100 times. Call him 100 times. Wear his phone out. If that's what you need to do to not suffer sin upon you, call him 100 times, 200 if you need it. Don't be afraid to call him, sir. I'm still going through that problem, and see if he don't sit on that phone with you and help you, talk you off the ledge. Right? Keep going.
Verse 3. Cleave unto him.
Right. Cleave unto the Most High. Right? Cleave unto the Most High. And the Most High sent the men above you for a reason. There's a reason why the men above you are there, because they're there for you to call and wear him out.
That's right.
Cleave unto him. Stay right next to. Hey, I feel better if I'm with you. When I'm alone, them demons be on my neck. So I'm gonna stay here with you, Adawan. If that's cool. So you don't want to go home? No, I want to stay at the school as long as possible. I don't give a damn what we got to do. I'm here at the school, because every time I leave the school, for some reason, the demons be on my neck. You'd be like right here, wanting me to do this and wanting me to do that, wanting me to do that and wanting me to do this. So I'm gonna stay right here with you, Adawan. I ain't gonna leave your side. Well, sometimes for some reason when I'm with you, the demons just leave. They be gone. They don't mess with me. But as soon as I get by myself, man, they be like, smoke that weed. That's all they do. Call somebody up. You know they got that weed. You know they got the weed. You can always smoke with them. Go ahead, Doc.
Like what you said earlier about wearing out the doorsteps of your elders, right? Nowadays, back then we didn't have cell phones. Nowadays you have communications. You have a way to talk to the people that are allowed to watch over your spirit and to make sure that you are on point. Use that resource. The Most High gave you that resource. That is what a real blessing is, to be able to have somebody that you can confide in and find in counsel and always understand the things that you're going through, because they them too had to go through those things a lot in some cases in their own past life, their own life that they had from before they came into the truth. So that's all I was saying, is that make sure to use that resource and do not be afraid to hold things to yourself, because that is a form of pride that could lead to you making mistakes.
Right.
So fight that.
Right. Hold that out. Give me Hebrews 13. Verse 16. What you just said is biblical, man.
It says Hebrews chapter 13. I was just thinking of the scripture.
Go ahead.
Hebrews chapter 13, verse 16. But to do good and to communicate, forget not.
Right. It says, don't forget to do good and communicate. So when you need to communicate with the men above you or your Adawanium, go ahead. Communicate with them. Hey, sir, Salakia, I'm just here at the crib, man, and I don't know. I had this certain urge to go smoke some weed. I had a certain urge to call the old girlfriend that I know she got a man, but I know she'll come over here and do this and do that. I had a certain urge to call her, so I called you instead. You know what I mean? It's sort of like checking yourself before you get checked.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So I'd rather call you. I'd rather get on the phone with you, sir, so you could talk me off the ledge.
That's right.
Right? Keep going.
Khan says, but to do good and to communicate, forget not.
Right. So when don't forget to communicate with your Adawanim, your Akim. Right? Go ahead.
For with such sacrifices, Yahweh is well pleased.
Right, because when you do that thing there, when you communicate and you sacrifice your old self and you're that new man, the Lord is pleased with that. The Lord is pleased with you constantly enduring and calling your brothers. to get to so you won't sin. The Lord is pleased with that. The Lord is like cheering that on. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Go ahead, do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's that brotherhood that Christ died for. That's what Christ died for. That's what the Lord is well pleased. He's cheering that thing on. Keep going.
Sir. Verse 17. Obey them that have the rule over you.
Right. So obey the men above you, right? Obey that rank. They tell you, hey, look, you need to be strong and fight. Fight that demon that wants you to smoke. Fight that demon that wants you to have sex with that whore. Fight that demon that wants you to that wants you to that wants you to go and I don't know, punch somebody in the face.
Right.
Fight that demon. Fight that demon. That's what you should do. You should obey that. You should obey that order. Because that's really an order when they tell you to fight. That's an order to fight that demon. That's an order. That's not a suggestion. They didn't ask you to do it. Hey, yo, fight that. Do whatever you got to do, but in any wise, do not sin. Right? Go ahead.
Kamakai says, and submit yourselves, for they watch for your soul.
Now, what does the men above you do?
Watch for your soul.
Now, the Lord set the men above you to do what?
Watch for your souls.
The Lord sent the men above you to watch for your souls. That's what the men above you are do. They're to watch for your souls. So when you call them 2 o'clock in the morning, they're not upset that you called them. They pick up the phone like, hello, Shalom, Lord Christ, huh? What's going on? You know what I mean? Like, because if you call them in the middle of the night, they know something got to be going on. Right, so it's something important. Shalom, y'all, by Shem, y'all, Shabbarakatah. What's going on? They halfway sleep, but what's up? You good? You sure? You twab? You know what I mean? But they answer though. Yeah. What's good?
Just going with what you're saying, and don't feel like you're bothering somebody because you're doing that. That brother that's above you, that's watching for your soul, is happy to be able to answer that phone call.
Right.
That is their job. They know that is an opportunity for them to prove to the Most High that they're making their election sure when they actually answer that phone and solve your problem and protect your spirit.
Damn right, Ark. Damn right, Ark. And hey, that's what they there for.
That's right.
That's what they get paid to do, even though they don't get paid, but that's what they get paid to do.
The payment is
the kingdom of heaven. You know what I'm talking about? The payment is them receiving their crown of gold from Yahweh Shah Mashiach, our king. That's their gift. That's their payment. Right? And they're gonna pick up that phone. They're gonna answer that phone. Like, hello? What's Shalom, Lord Christ, what's going on? Because I didn't have them do it to me. Just like that. Shalom, Lord Christ, what's going on? Because they was half asleep.
It's like they answered the call in their sleep.
Yeah. Because they were dead asleep, but they answered that phone like, yeah. You feel me? Salakia Adawan. I ain't mean to bother you, but you know what I mean? I got this problem on my back. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure, yeah. See me one more time, Warrior. I'm pretty sure they was excited to get the phone call. Like, hey, before he did what he did, he called me. You know what I mean? He called me and gave me the rundown, and I gave him correct counsel. See, when you call your homeboys in the world and stuff like that, and you be like, oh man, I got a problem with my rib and this, that. So your rib, they're gonna tell you, man, you should leave that be. You should leave that. You should leave her. You don't need that and that. But the men above you, right? They're gonna get counsel from the Lord.
That's right.
Right, so they're gonna tell you something like, well, I know she's doing this and doing that, so maybe you should try sitting her down and talking to her. You know what I'm talking about? Man to woman, right? Maybe you should talk to her. Maybe y'all should come to a common agreement, like, well, look, this is what I like to do, and this was gonna happen, and maybe you should talk to her, talk to your wife, love your wife, right? But see, brothers in the world gonna give you a whole different type of counsel. Man, F that. You feel me? Who she thinks she is? She ain't, you know what I'm talking about? She don't run nothing. Like, but the men of the Lord are gonna tell you, hey, look, I know that's your rib, and sometimes y'all have to talk, and they have to come to a compromise. You can't just be a what does General Muhammad call it? A lion in your household, around there hurting people, right? Because you can't be around there just hurting your wife and putting her down, and you know what I'm talking about. You can't be doing those things like that. You have to talk to her. You have to remember that's your sister, that's your family, right? That's the you know what I mean. Go ahead.
Just being kind of specific because you had me thinking because you know how we deal with ranks, and that comes from the Book of Numbers, right?
Yep.
And every single rank comes with a certain number, and that number, from my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, is to give you an understanding of how many people, how many souls you are to protect,
how many families you are to be over.
Okay, family. It's families.
Slakia. Officer families. 50 is responsible for 50 families.
Sir. Can you now imagine the magnitude? Imagine you having a class where you have, if you officer 500 families is like a stadium, man. I don't even know. Like, it's a lot. That's a lot. You know what I'm saying?
It's a lot of spirits.
What a wonderful thing it'd be to be able to be in charge of that many people. So that's what we're preparing for. And that's why it's so important that we strive for perfection in this truth.
Damn right. Damn right. Where we at? Let's go back to oh no, we're not done with the Hebrews 13, right?
Hebrews chapter 13, verse 16. But to do good and to communicate, forget not.
Right. Don't forget that thing to communicate with the men above you. You always have to communicate with the men above you. Keep going.
For with such sacrifices, Yahweh is well pleased.
Right. Because the Most High is pleased with those things there when you communicate with the men above you. The Most High is cheering that thing on, that brotherhood and that understanding and that rank and order. Most High is cheering that thing on, like, yeah, y'all go, yeah. Y'all used to not be my people, but now y'all acting like Yasha. You know what I mean? Like, y'all acting like princes of the power. That's how the Most High feel.
Yeah, I'm right.
You know what I mean? The Most High is not the Most High is not displeased with y'all going in rank and order and communicating your problems to your brother and communicating to the men above you what's going on. Keep going.
That's right. That's in that verse. Verse 17.
Yeah, keep going.
Obey them that have the rule over you.
Yeah, right. Because when the men above you tell you, hey, you got to fight that demon, you know what I'm talking about? That's a demon on your shoulder. You gotta get there. You gotta fight that demon. You gotta take that demon by the throat and knock it out your life.
That's right.
That's what you got to do. So that's an order when the men above you do that. The men above you they're not telling you, hey man, I suggest you fight it. No, they're telling you, hey, fight that thing, man. Fight that thing. You need me to come fight with you? Oh, I'm here to fight with you. We're here to fight that demon together, right? Go ahead. You need help? Tag me in. I'm in there. Go ahead.
And submit yourselves.
Right. Submit yourselves unto the men above you. Right. When they tell you when they try to keep you busy and working in the truth, that's because they're trying to get you to get them demons off of you. They know the men above you know spirits. They know what's going on. So they're trying to get you to stay busy in the truth so you can not worry about smoking that weed, right. Messing with that whore, messing with cigarettes and so forth. Right. Keep going.
For they watch for your souls.
They watch for your souls. The Lord set the men there, the men above you there to watch for your souls. That's what the Lord did. The Lord set the men in the truth above you, right? So they can watch for your souls. And that's brotherhood right there. That's brotherhood, because what would the men above you be without the men below him?
That's right.
And what would the men below him be without the men above them? What would the men that's there be without rank and order? Right, because just like the men below them is there to listen to what the men above them have to say, the men above them is there to serve the men below them. Fuck you. They're there to serve it and to answer everybody's needs. Right. Right, they're there to serve everybody's needs. So if everybody, so let's say a 5,000, right, has 1,000, that 2,000, that's below him, right? When the thousands need something, they have to call the 5,000, and the 5,000 is gonna have to get that. You know what I mean? So the 5,000 is really there to serve the 1,000. That's what nobody understands. Everybody think that oh, you just do it everything that he says. No, no, no. Really, when I call him and he does what I say, you know what I mean?
That's right.
But really, I call him and ask him for what I need, and he gets it. You know what I mean? So like, really, I'm there. I'm there to serve. He's there to serve me.
That's right.
But you're also there to serve him because he controls you. He has your life. He has his life, your life in his hands. Right? Keep going up.
Khan, as they that must give account.
Right, because they give account about your life. They give reports up to the men above them about what's going on with you. Right, because you can have something going on with you. They, you know what I mean. You sick or you in the hospital or something happened to you. They give the report to the men above them.
That's right.
To know what's going on because they need to know what's going on in your life. Go ahead, Art.
Khan, it says that they may do it with joy.
Right, and they do it with joy, man. They don't do it with like, oh man, I can hear him calling again, and him he calling again. He probably got another problem with his rib, and I got to counsel. They don't do that. They be like, yeah, well, shalom, y'all, bashim, y'all, shabrak, you twop, everything going good. You know what I mean? Con, sir, everything going good. I'm just calling to check in with you, like you know, I ain't talked to you in about a day and a half, so you know what I mean. Right. I gotta call you. Have to call you, let you know what's going on. Like what's you know what I mean. I'm out here. We went to go pass flyers out today. We're about to go teach class. We worked out, and you know what I mean. We've been doing this and doing that. I'm just calling, tap in your line, check into your line.
That's right, sir.
Keep going, Art.
God says that they may do it with joy and not with grief, for that is unprofitable for you.
1 second. I lost my place.
God, we have verse 17, sir.
We have verse 17.
God.
Am I in the right?
Hebrews 13, 17.
Yeah, I got it. All right, verse 17. Go ahead.
God, you want to start at the top?
No, don't start at the top. Because we going. I still got a couple more scriptures. What we got? Hour left.
That they, Salaki, ready?
Uh-huh.
That they may do it with joy and not with grief.
Right. So they're gonna be. You're not grieving them, calling them to get counsel, or when you about to sin or something. You're not grieving them. You calling them and they're like, okay, yeah, well, I got a brother that's following the rules. Instead of going to smoke that weed, he called me before he smoked that weed, and I talked him off the ledge. Because when you smoke the weed, you're about to jump off the ledge, jump off the bridge. When you're about to smoke the weed, once you smoke the weed, you're jumping. Right? Once you smoke the cigarette, you're jumping. Once you mess with that whore, you're jumping off the ledge already. And it's the men above you job, your Adawanium job, to talk you off the ledge. That's his job. Go ahead.
Oh God. For that is unprofitable for you.
Right, because it's unprofitable for you if he answers the phone with grief. Man, shalom, y'all, bashim, y'all, shabrak, what you want? Like if he answers like that, his grief is his grief. He doesn't want to answer the phone. He doesn't want his job. But I mean, I never had that happen to me. What about you? I ain't never had that happen to me. Every time I call the Adonwanium, they answer the phone like, Shalom, Lord Christ, what's going on? You know what I mean? Like, you twop. They be wondering what's going on. Like, something going on, but I never have that problem. Because every Adonwanium that I know that the men above me, they enjoy their job. They enjoy being that counsel or being that resting place. You know what I mean? That pillar of rest or something for the brothers. Like, you know what I mean? Because as being a 50 is an easy job. You just do what the men above you tell you.
That's right.
Like, as a trooper that's the easy job. You just do what the men above you tell you. Imagine the men above you that have to give the orders, and then when something goes wrong, they have to take the responsibility for it. You know what I mean? They have to take the responsibility for it because nobody's coming to you asking you, oh, what happened here and here and here. But they're gonna go to that camp leader and ask the camp leader what happened. Well, why wasn't you around? You know what I mean? Why didn't you know this and why didn't you know that? And why didn't you know what I mean? Because they're gonna hold that camp leader responsible. They're gonna hold that 5,000 responsible. They're gonna hold that higher ranking man responsible. What's going on?
Oh, God, sir, because if today's topic is about enduring to the end and going exactly with what you're saying right here, we must consider what our brothers are dealing with, the ones that are higher ranked from us, the ones that are looking out for our souls, and consider all the responsibilities that they have, so that we can then not worry about the responsibilities that we have, and that allows us to have the perseverance to endure until the end,
Right.
because we have to endure a lot of things ourselves. But just imagine when you focus on the problems that other people have and understanding the things that other people are going through, then what you're going through is not as heavy as a burden, because you know that y'all are all working together towards accomplishing our main goal, which is to make it to the kingdom of heaven.
Right. Like Officer Dawida said, we have to bring Christ here. Right. Everybody's waiting for Christ to return. All the Christians are waiting for Christ to return. But here in I.S.U.P.K, we're trying to bring Christ. We're trying to bring Christ to us. Right. Right. Everybody's waiting on Christ, but Christ is waiting on us to do our job. To get the elected. That's what Christ is waiting on, and then that's when he's gonna come. Everybody's waiting on Christ, but we're not waiting on Christ. We're waiting on Christ, but Christ is waiting on us. That's what Christ is waiting on. Christ is waiting on us to bring him here. He don't want to he don't want to come and we not ready. He want us to be ready and us come. Right? From there out, give me Matthew 7 and 13. No, we're gonna end it. We're gonna end the class with that. Give me Ecclesiastes 36:24.
Ecclesiasticus or
Ecclesiasticus, yes, sir.
36:24.
Right. Because also being also enduring to the end is enduring over your family, your wife, your kids, right? So you have to treat your kids and your wife like your sister and your brother. You have to have brotherhood with your wife and brotherhood with your kids also. Right? You can't be a tyrant in the home. Is that the right word? Yeah, that's the right word. You can't be a tyrant in the home, running around stomping your feet and one to put your hands on people and do all these other things. You have to be compassionate. You have to be understanding, right? Go ahead.
We in Ecclesiasticus chapter 36, verse 24. He that getteth a wife beginneth a possession.
Stop. So when you're a man, right, and you have a possession, let's say you have a pair of sneakers that's impriceable, right? Do you wear them sneakers and do you run all on them and just not take care of them? Is that what you do? No, you don't. You when you wear them, then you take them off, you wipe them down, you put them back in the box, you put them back up in your closet. Like, nah, if I'm gonna go play basketball, I'm gonna go play basketball in these shoes right here.
That's right.
You know what I'm talking about? Like, you don't just wear your good sneakers out, right? Because you possess them. Them is yours. Like, I pay some money for that. You know what I mean? So when you get a wife, it's the exact same thing. You don't wear that possession out. It's a possession. Right, so you have to treat your wife like you would treat yourself. Right, you have to love your wife just like you love yourself. Right, go ahead. So you can't be around there telling her, "Hey, go sell your box to get some money for us." No. That's not how it go. That's not how it go. You have to teach her like you learn.
That's right.
Right, you have to be one with her like you're one with the Most High. Right, she has to be one with you like you're one with the Most High. Right, go ahead.
A help like unto himself.
Right, because she's your helper. She's your helper in life. Right, so when you need something done, if you can't go to anybody else, you can always go to your rib. You can always go to your wife. Hey, I need this. I need that done. I need that done. You know what I mean? What do you think you need to get that job done for me? You know what I mean? Before this such date.
Right.
What do you think you need? You know what I mean? And she's gonna let you know, oh, I need this, I need that, I need that, I need this. Right? But you can't be a tyrant in her like, hey, you better do this before I smack you. You can't be talking to your rib like that and doing things like that to your rib. That's because that's your sister. That was once your sister. Now she's your wife, and y'all are making a family together. You know what I mean? You took your family from the earth, right? And you made her your family, and now y'all are about to start a family.
That's right.
So you can't be treating your wife like that. Keep going, Art.
And a pillar of rest.
She's a pillar of rest, man. After all that, after everything that you go through out in those streets. When I say the streets, I mean like going out, passing out flyers, going to camp, going out, teaching brothers and sisters, the law, statutes, and commandments, teaching brothers and sisters the truth, right? You get to finally come home and have a pillar of rest with your rib. You finally get to come home and be like, oh man, I get to kick off my shoes and relax my feet. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Right.
After being on the road 2 weeks, going all the way around, going around the world, teaching class and having camp and cookouts and all the and everything else that comes with being in the truth, right? You finally get to come home to your woman and you get to have a pillar of rest. You know what I mean? Someone that like, oh, it's okay, come lay over here, baby.
That's right.
You know what I'm talking about? Get to rubbing your head and all that extra stuff. You know what I mean? Taking off your shoes. A virtuous woman, you be like, ooh, we.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? This sure do feel good.
That's right.
You know what I mean? What's up, Mark?
I was just saying though, because it's really, when you think of a pillar, you think of something that supports something, right?
Right.
And if this is a pillar of rest, it's helping you ease things, ease your burdens in this kingdom, because we know we're dealing with these curses, right?
Right.
And if these curses could be just a little bit less intense, because we got somebody that can be that pillar of rest for us. You know, like you said, that Proverbs 31 woman who's looking to help you build things, whether it be businesses or foods, you know, getting things together for people, helping other people out, helping raise children the right way, so that you know that even when your eyes are not on your children, there's somebody's eyes that are on that children. They're in good hands. You know what I'm saying? That's what a pillar is all about. And that is also a very important factor in what gives you the inspiration to continue to endure too.
Damn right, Doc.
You know what I'm saying? Because
right.
Y'all inspire each other to strive to be perfect and support each other, and that's a beautiful thing the Most High is seeing us do in the I.S.U.P.K.
Damn right. Hey, excellent. That was an excellent thought process. Go ahead. Keep going.
Come on, sir. It says. It's like what verse we again? Verse 24?
Yeah, but we're at 25 now.
Verse 25. Where no hedge is.
Right, because what's a hedge? A hedge is something that comes between two things. Like if you have a wall and you put, or you have a door and you put a hedge, the door is going to close and you put a hedge in it, right? It's not going to close. Mm-hmm. Right? So a hedge is something that goes in between two things, right? Go ahead. And it says where no hedge is, right? Because where there's nothing stopping y'all from coming together and being one. Go ahead.
There, the possession is spoiled.
Right. It would be spoiled if there's a hedge there, right? But there's no hedge there, so it's not going to be spoiled. Keep going.
And he that hath no wife will wander up and down morning.
Right. So you that have no wife will wander up and down the morning. You're gonna be feeling like some type of way, like, man, I need me one. Like, you're gonna see other brothers getting home cooked meals. You're gonna be like, bruh, I need one of those. What? A home cooked meal? No, somebody to make the home cooked meal. You know what I mean? Like, boy, I need one of those. You know what I'm talking about? Like you see your brother's rib helping their brothers start a business. You're like, boy, I need one of those. What, a business? No, somebody to help me start a business. Like, are you listening? You know what I mean? That's how they're gonna feel. That's how they're gonna feel. They're gonna be walking. They're gonna be wandering up and down. They're gonna be mourning. They're gonna be like, man, like I want what you got, bro. Like you know what I mean? But everything takes work though.
That's right. You
can't just think you're gonna get a rib and not work at it. Mm-hmm. You're gonna get a rib and not work for what you want out of that woman, right? You can't just get a woman and think you're not gonna have to tell that woman what you want out of her. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's what brothers in the world be thinking. They just think they get a woman and they have the relations before they have the relationship. Is that safe to say? Yeah, they have the relations before they have the relationships. So by the time they have the relationship, you know what I mean? They've been having relations for a while. So then they want the relationship, but they don't know how to go about the relationship. Nobody has ever taught them how to have the relationship. So here in the I.S.U.P.K, we have the relationship first. We learn the relationship first, and then we have the relations to consummate the relationship. You dig what I'm saying?
Con.
Just like the Bible ordained it. What's
Yeah.
up, Doc?
I was just saying that that's all decent in order. That's
Yeah.
what there's an order to it. You know what I'm saying? You rush into things. Even people in the world understand that you shouldn't be rushing into things, right?
Hold
Something
on.
important.
Hold on 1 second. Hey, how about Shimmy out Shabaraka? Doc, yeah, that's what with the fuck you. Good to see you, Doc.
Yeah, but saying.
Go
No
ahead.
rushing into things because it's a process, especially somebody coming into truth where they're trying to rid themselves of the world. There's a reason why we have the I.S.U.P.K security protocols that we say at the end of every single class. It's because we are being careful with each other's spirits and we are really taking care of each other step by step as we continue to cleanse ourselves. And what you said, that right there is the epitome of what purification is. It's pure when a couple comes together like that to then move forward under the spirit and the most high spirit and all the righteousness that comes with learning this truth. And you can't do that in a disorderly kind of way. It has to be in a certain order.
Right.
And of course, we're gonna be there to support each other the whole way. And like I said, it takes perseverance to do that.
And really, Akim, right? When the woman follows the man. Right. So when the woman goes off and be disobedient to you, that's because she's following what you understand, right? Right. Give me Matthew 12 and 29. Right, because when she go off and goes to another man or goes talk to another man or something, that's because she's being disobedient to you. Right. And she's being disobedient to you because she sees how you disobedient to the men that's above you. She see you not con out of one con, so she be like, I don't have to con on one con, right? But if she see you in perfect order and she sees you con out of one con, she's gonna have no choice but to con out of one con. She has no choice but to be in perfect order because you're in perfect order. Black man, Hispanic man, Native American man, because your woman follows you, right? Go ahead, Doc.
We got Matthew chapter 12, verse 29. Or else, how can one enter into a strong man's house?
Right. How can the one enters into a strong man's house? Or how can a man come and take your woman away from you? Right. Go ahead.
And spoil his goods.
Right, and spoil his goods. Right, spoil his good woman and turn her into a rotten, filthy woman. Right. Go ahead.
Except he first bind the strong man.
Right. Except first you bind the strong man, and that's what the devil does. Right. The devil binds the strong man. Right. But not only the devil, when it's not the devil, it's the devil, but it's also like his philosophies that binds the strong man. So when you're in the truth, right, and the woman and your woman sees you smoking weed, right, what do you think she's gonna do? She's gonna not keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Also, because you're not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. When she sees you disobeying orders, she's gonna disobey an order. She's gonna follow you. She's gonna do what you want. She's gonna do what you do. So that's why you need to be in perfect order. Because if you're in perfect order, she can be in perfect order. Right. If you con out of one conning, she's con out of one conning. Right. Right. And that's why it's important for the men to stay away from the philosophies and the understandings of the devil. Right. Hey, like I'm one of those. Right. I don't know. But that's why it's important for the man to stay away from the philosophies of America and the philosophies of the other nations, and keep his culture, because when he keep his culture, his woman will keep his culture. Did y'all know that? Did everybody know that the woman follows the man? Because give me after that, give me 1 Corinthians 11 and 3. Right, because the woman follows the man. So when the man is in disorder or non-order, the woman's going to be in disorder or non-order. She's not going to be in order, right? Because if the man's not in order, the woman's not going to be in order. Because you have to teach order, just like you have to teach your kids order and discipline, right? You have to teach your woman order and discipline. Black man, Hispanic man, Native American man. You can't just think that she knows it. You can't just think that she knows order and discipline. You didn't know order and discipline before you got in the truth. So how do you expect her to know order and discipline before you got in the truth? Before you get in the truth? Go ahead.
So what was the first again?
1 Corinthians 11 and 3. So how do you think you know discipline. How you think she's gonna know discipline? Because you got to teach her discipline, just like the men above you taught you discipline. What's going on? You got it? Go ahead.
We in 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. But I will have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
Right. He's gonna have you know that the head of every man is Christ. Right. So we have Christ right here. Right. Go ahead.
And the head of the woman is the man.
And the head of the woman is the man. So we have men, right? Can everybody see? We have Christ right here, right? We have the woman down here, right? Go ahead. Wait. Start that over.
Okay, sir. Verse 3. But I'll have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
Right. So we have Christ right here, the head of every man, right? Go ahead.
And the head of the woman is the man.
Right. So then we have the man, we have Christ, we have the man, and then we have the woman down here, but underneath the man, right? Go ahead.
Okay. It says, and the head of Christ is Yahweh.
And the head of who?
The head of Christ is Yahweh.
And we have the Most High God on top of everything. So here's the order. It goes man, Christ, the the Most High, and then Christ follows the Most High, and then man follows Christ, right? And then the woman follows the man. And then who you think the children follows? Go ahead.
Okay, is it they follow the woman?
Under the man. Yeah, they follow the woman, but they also follow the man also. Right, but the first teacher of the child is the woman. Mm-hmm. The first teacher of the child is the woman. So like when the child is in when the child is in the womb, right? What happens if your woman's smoking weed while the child's in the womb? You're gonna have a dysfunctional child, right? Mm-hmm. What if she's drinking alcohol while she's breastfeeding the child? You know what I mean? Right. So everything starts with everything's going to start with the woman and that child in the womb. Right. Even though you impregnate that child, that's why I should have that's why if you impregnate that woman, that's why it's important to have the right woman, to be the mother of your children. That's right. Because you don't want somebody, an attention whore, or somebody that's the mother of your child. You know what I mean? Because then your child's going to grow up to think that's okay to be in every man's face. You know what I mean? Especially if you have a daughter. You know what I mean? She's going to think that's okay to be in every man's face and this, that, and because you're going to be off doing the work of the Lord a lot of the times. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it's important to have a woman that's just like you, that's strict and that's disciplined and that's able to exalt your authority on the child, just like you know what I mean, just like you exalt authority on the child.
That's right. And because, Salaki, if I could, sir, when you're talking about the righteous order from Yahweh all the way down to the man, woman, and child, right? Because that order gets kept, if we could keep our families intact, those children are following the Most High in the end, because that's the entire ladder, right? And you actually fitting that whole thing together. So technically speaking, if we all following each other in the right order, coming from Christ, coming from the Most High, then we know that our children are going to be in that same path, and they will not divert from that, especially if you started with when they're young, you know what I mean? Especially when they started with that first, with that milk they coming from their mother with, you know what I'm saying? Because they starts off with the very basic nature at first.
Right. You know what I mean? Because that's why you got to be strong, man. That's why you have to be a strong, disciplined man. You can't be undisciplined in the truth. You know what I mean? You can't be undisciplined as a man. Because a man, everything gonna follow your commands and your orders, man. So that's why you have to be strong enough to lead the household and strong enough to keep the nonsense out of the household.
That's right.
That's why you have to do that. You know what I mean? You got a couple of brothers that's doing that on every block. You know what I mean? Y'all got a nice little community. That's the one we was talking about, sir. Okay. Right? Give me Job 40:7, man.
Okay.
Give me Job 40:7. After you give me Job 40:7, give me that First Peter 4:12.
Okay.
Well, arm hurting.
All right. I got it right here.
Put in that work early.
Job chapter 40, verse 7. Gird up thy loins now like a man.
He said, do what?
Gird up thy loins now like a man.
Right, that's what he said. Gird up your loins now like a man. You know what I'm talking about? I want to say like he would like we say, you know what I mean? Yeah, grab your, you know what I mean? Like, pull up your pants. Pull up your pants, quit sagging. You know what I'm talking about? Like, pull up your pants like a man. You know what I mean? Look at adversity right in the face. Like, yeah, I'm here. You know what I mean? Like, we're like be a man about the situation. Don't be emotional about the situation. Don't act like a woman in the situation. Be a man in the situation, because you're already going to have a woman acting like a woman in the situation. Somebody's going to have to act like the man.
That's right.
And that's going to have to be the man. Right? Go ahead.
Gird up thy loins now like a man.
Right. Be tough about it. Gird up your loins now like a man. Don't be like a woman and be effeminate and lose your composure and become emotional. No. Gird up your loins like a man. You know what I mean? Be ready for anything. Right? Go ahead.
Come on, sir. I will demand of thee.
Right. I will demand of thee, right? Go ahead.
And declare thou unto me.
Right. This is the Most High talking to Job. He said he's going to, I will demand of thee. He said, and declare thou unto me. Declare you unto the Lord. Right? That's what that's what being a man is. Is being a man is being of the Lord.
That's right.
Right? Going out doing the Lord's business. Right? Not making excuses. No excuses. No cowards. Man, what happened to the camera? Is no cowards, no excuses. Going to do the Lord's work. Staying up late to do the Lord's work. Waking up early to do the Lord's work. Waking up early, staying up late. A lot of late nights and early mornings, huh?
That's right.
A lot of late nights and early mornings to do the Lord's work, to work for the Most High. How many brothers know how to do that in the Black, Hispanic, and Native American community? How many brothers do that in the Black, Hispanic, and Native American community? Right? I.S.U.P.K, we're trained to do that. We're training to do that, to not get no rest, to be able to go out into the community and do things. Right? Go, keep going. Go ahead.
It says, verse 7, I will demand of thee and declare thou unto me.
Right.
That's the end of that verse.
He said, I will demand of thee and declare thou unto me. You know, I'm a demand. The Most High is demanding, demanding you to do things, commanding that you go out and lift up thy voice like a trumpet. Right? He's commanding that you go out and fish for the lost tribes, fish for his people. The Lord is commanding you to do the work of the Lord. He's not asking. And then you're gonna be close to me. Right? Then I declare you unto me. I'm gonna declare you close to me. Then you're gonna be like, yeah, you know what I'm talking about? Then he ain't gonna let nothing happen to you. You better not touch his oil and his wine.
Right.
Don't touch his oil and his wine. And that's brotherhood, man. That's brotherhood. Because how is all Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans gonna know about the truth? Because brothers is gonna go out there and we're gonna teach the truth. We're gonna have that perfect brotherhood and go teach the truth. Go pass out the flyers. Get our face seen by brothers and sisters all over the world. We have to be there when in time of need. Hold on. Where's that at?
Scripture looking for, sir.
About the poor. It's somewhere. I had it earlier. Give me Psalms 82. Give me Psalms 82:3. We're done with that one. We're done with Job. Give me Psalms 82. Yeah. Because that's our job is to defend the ones that defend the ones that have that think they have nobody out there to defend them. That's our job. Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, y'all think y'all have nobody out there to defend y'all, because when you go to church, you look at the wall and you see Caesar Borgia. Right? So you don't see no God, nobody that looks like you to defend you. Right? And then I.S.U.P.K comes in and tells you, no, Christ looks just like you. Yahushua Mashiach looks just like you. right? And we're here to show you to tell you, right? We're here to show you about the Lord, about the truth of the Bible. Right, while everybody out there is lying to you about the Bible and everybody got their own gods to worship, we show you about a God that looks like you. Now that's brotherhood. That's brotherhood. In any dangerous situation, no matter what the danger is, we're going to be there. The I.S.U.P.K is going to be there. Right? Go ahead.
We in Psalms chapter 82, verse 3.
Right.
Defend the poor,
right,
fatherless.
right. It says do what?
Defend the poor and fatherless.
Right. Defend the poor and the fatherless. Right. That's what we're here. That's what the I.S.U.P.K is here to do, man. We show perfect brotherhood to defend the poor and the fatherless, the brothers and sisters out there that feel like they have nobody in their corner. I.S.U.P.K is in your corner. Go ahead.
Do justice to the afflicted and needy.
It says do justice to the afflicted and the needy, right? So go out there and give those brothers justice, right? So when they need something, you go be what they need, right? People think we go out there and we give water and we give food to the brothers and sisters, but no, what we do give them is a nationality, a home, somewhere that they can come to feel wanted, somewhere that they can come to serve their one true power. That's what we give them. We give them living water.
That's right.
We don't just give them water and food. We give them living water. But they do come in and they are hungry and they do need to be clothed and they do need to be watered. They do need to drink water, but we do give them that. But then we most importantly, we give them living water. What's up, Bob?
So like you said, it's just this huge revelation because you talk about defending the poor and the fatherless, do justice to the afflicted and the needy. I can think of a very heavy situation where we had people that were afflicted, right? Recently in Acuna, right? People that were afflicted by hurricanes. They were afflicted because their houses are gone, destroyed. That's an affliction right there.
Right.
And the Most High did afflict them, yes. But if we weren't reading these scriptures, we wouldn't know to go and do justice for them, to bring them the things they need, aside from the living things, the living water that you spoke about, showing them the truth. The Most High very well could have afflicted them to bring them into the truth.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? See how it comes full circle? There's a role that we're supposed to play.
Damn
and there's
right.
a very important thing for us to continue to do what we're supposed to, because it's all part of the Most High's plan for all of our people to awake out of our sleep. And now is the time for it to happen. You're going to have more atrocities occur. You're going to have a lot more destruction happening across the world. But we must be ready and be vigilant to answer the call when our people need us.
Right. Right. You done? Right. Hey, that's powerful. Hey, that's powerful, bro. That's powerful. Because I totally understand. Because I was once the needy.
That's right.
We was once the needy, you know what I'm talking about? We probably didn't need food and water and clothes, but we did need that living water because we was walking around with no hope. We had no hope in the world. You know what I mean? Brothers was out here selling drugs, brothers was out here pimping women and in the Christian church, not knowing what God was theirs, what to believe in, what not to believe in. You know what I mean? And then we come across the truth, and then some of us was killers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some of us were gang members and all that. Then we come across the truth, and we was just looking for a little brotherhood, a little love, and compassion, right? And then we found it in the truth, and now those brothers right there be the hardest working brothers in the truth and hardest working sisters in the truth, the ones that had no hope, and then they run across the I.S.U.P.K, and the I.S.U.P.K give them hope, and now they're the biggest workers, the hardest workers. They can't nothing stop them from going out there and working.
That's right.
You know what I mean? They'll work rain, sleet, or snow. Right? You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh, wait. We're in Texas. Or hot sun. Hot sun, rain, sleet, or snow.
Right.
Won't nothing stop them from working. And that's that's the real.
Come on, sir.
That's the real. Keep going, Art.
That's real. Come on. It says, verse 4, deliver to the poor and needy, rid them out of the hand of the wicked.
Right. Start at verse 4 again.
Psalm chapter 82 and verse 4.
Right.
Deliver the poor and needy.
It says, deliver the poor and the needy. Deliver them. Where are we going to deliver them? We're going to deliver them into the hands of the Lord. We're going to take them out from the wicked and take them to the hands of the Lord, because we have to deliver the Lord. We have to deliver them somewhere. And the Lord is their only salvation. The I.S.U.P.K is their only salvation. They can't get salvation underneath the other nations, with the other nations, living like the other nations. They can't get salvation like that. The only way you can get salvation is by loving, is by living like the Lord told you to live, and loving the Lord thy God. Go ahead.
Deliver the poor and needy. Rid them out of the hand of the wicked.
It says, rid them out of the hand of the wicked. You know where those Haitian brothers was at? They was in the hands of the wicked.
Man. Come on.
They was in the hands of the wicked. And we went out there, and we went out there, and we gave them toiletries, we gave them food, gave them water, but most of all, we gave them the living water. We gave them their nationality, their understanding of their God, and their culture. We gave that back to them. They might not never heard that they were Israelites before.
That's right.
But now they know that they're Israelites. Now they know that the Lord is with them. Now they know Deuteronomy 7:6 belongs to them.
That's right.
Now they know Romans 9:4 belongs to them and nobody but them. And now they know these scriptures belong to them. The promises of God belong to them. The kingdom of heaven belongs to them. Now they know that. And that's brotherhood, man.
That's right.
And that's brotherhood, not just giving water, giving food to them. But man, when it's talking about the poor, it's talking about the poor in money but he's also talking about the poor in spirit.
That's right.
Because they're poor in spirit because they have nowhere to turn. They have nowhere to believe in. No one to understand them. And then we come right in and we understand, because we've been going through the same thing they've been going through all of our lives.
That's right.
But for some reason, we change, and we give the understanding that they can change too, that they can get that they can learn about their law, statutes, and commandments. They can learn about their law, their Lord. They can learn about their God. They can learn about their King. They can learn about themselves too, out of the Bible, man.
That's heavy, sir.
Go ahead, Art.
Most High in Christ, I gotta say, but thank you for saying that. That's real heavy, man. Because when you see our people poor and needy, and you see them in a lower state, the Most High says that the Most High is nigh unto them to be of a contrite heart. When they're in the lowest estate, when they're going through hard times, to see the light at the end of the tunnel from men who had no business being there in the presence of them, who had to defy the laws of their land from their home country to come over here to see them, to make sure that they had what they need. This is something that should be an everyday occurrence for us. And it's a wake-up call for us to answer the call to be there for the next occurrence, for the next atrocity. Because there's always something happening on this planet. There's always some crazy event happening. It's not going to stop until the Most High returns. It's like birth pains. It's like it's happening more and more and more and more and more as time progresses. So right. We need more men in here. We need people to be waking up to this truth, to stand strong in the Most High, so that we could be there for our people, because it's not about yourself. Yes, we're all going through things, but when we make the issue about the next man, our issues start to not matter as much. They start not to weigh as heavy on us, and that allows us to continue to persevere until the end, because we doing this together. We really bout each other.
Damn right, Doc. Damn right. Give me all right, give me the next scripture. Give me 1 Corinthians 11:17.
So like I know you have First Peter. You want to still hold that one, sir?
Oh no, give me First Peter's. My bad. Hey, I forgot.
First Peter what?
4 and 14.
First Peter chapter 4 and verse 14.
Also, I'm going to reproach in the dictionary.
If ye be reproached for the name of Christ.
Right. So reproach isn't a word that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans use all the time. So let's see what reproach means. Right? Go ahead.
The definition of reproach is address someone in such a way as to express disapproval or disappointment.
Right. So reproach means disappointed. Right? Right, so or because the world's gonna look at you as a disappointment. He don't love everybody like the Bible say. Right. When the Bible never said love everybody, the Bible never said God loves everybody, not once. Right? They're getting that from their Christian oppressors. That's what they're doing. They're getting that from their Christian oppressors. I'm good, warrior. That they're getting that from their Christian oppressors, right? So replace reproach with disappointed.
Verse 14. If ye be disappointed for the name of Christ.
Right. So if everybody in the world is disappointed because you follow Christ, right? Right, because you, for Christ's sake, because you follow Christ, everybody else is disappointed in you, right? Go ahead.
So can I restart that? Because I just want to put the whole definition in it, sir.
Go ahead.
If ye be addressed with disappointment for the name of Christ.
Right. See, so if you be addressed by disappointment for the name of Christ, if everybody in the world is looking at you like a disappointment because you follow Christ, right? Go ahead.
Oh God. It says, happy are ye.
Right. Happy are you, Black, Hispanic, and Native American man. Happy are we. We are happy because we're disappointed, because everybody looks at us like a disappointed because we follow Christ. But we are happy. Why are we happy? Go ahead.
For the spirit of glory.
For the what?
For the spirit of glory.
Before the spirit of glory. For the spirit of glory. We have that spirit, right? Of, oh man, what's that? I have it here somewhere. Matthew. I just went over it the other day. Matthew 29.
What was the precept?
Matthew 29. Matthew 29:27.
Okay.
Matthew 29:27.
There's no book of 29.
Matthew 29:27.
I don't know 28.
Boy, you tripping.
It's lucky. This was written down, sir.
Yeah, it is written down. We just went over it the other day. Give me 1 second.
No sweat.
Start First Peter's over again.
Okay. 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 14. If ye be reproached for the name of Christ, happy are ye. For the spirit of glory and of God resteth upon you. On their part, he is evil spoken of, but on your part, he is glorified. Ooh, that's heavy, man.
I know, but there's something that goes with it.
So, what was the paraphrase of that, sir?
Oh, my bad. Matthew 19:27. My bad. I knew I wasn't tripping. I was like, wait.
Okay,
I said 29 and 19. Dyslexia, man. A little bit dyslexia.
Hey, no sweat, man. You get it right, man.
I ain't got no dyslexia, but I looked in my notes and I found it, though.
We in Matthew chapter 19, verse 27.
Read First Peter. Read the First Peter's again, 4.
1 Peter chapter 4, verse 14.
Right.
If ye be reproached for the name of Christ.
Replace that definition with reproach.
Sir. If ye be addressed with disappointment for the name of Christ.
Right. If you be with disappointed in the addressed for disappointment in the name of Christ. So if you follow Christ and the world looks at you like a disappointment, right? What you over there highlighting? All right.
Hey, it's a new Bible. I gotta highlight them slightly, sir.
Go ahead.
If ye be addressed with disappointment for the name of Christ.
My bad. Hold on.
What up?
Let's go to 1 Peter 4 and 12.
1 Peter chapter 4, verse 12.
Yeah.
Beloved.
Right.
Think it not strange concerning the fiery trial.
Right. Don't be strange that you go through temptations. Don't be strange that you go through fiery trial. Don't feel it strange that the Most High puts you through tests, Black man, Hispanic man, Native American man, especially when you come into the truth. Don't think of that being strange, right? Because the Most High don't want no cowards. He wants only strong men of war, right? In his host, in his army. Go ahead.
Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you.
Right. It's to try you. It's to make sure. It's to all the weaknesses in you. It's to push those out, to burn those out, and make you strong as you could possibly be. Go ahead.
As though some strange thing happened unto you.
Right. So it's to try you. Don't think about some strange thing that's happening to you that you're going through this trial and that trial and that trial and this trial all at once. Lean on the brotherhood, take it on the chin cheerfully, and just keep moving on. Go ahead.
But rejoice.
It says, but what?
But rejoice.
It says, but rejoice. Be happy. No, not happy, but be joyful that the Lord is testing you, because life can be easy and the Lord could not choose you.
That's right.
But the Lord chose you to go through this fiery affliction. Go ahead.
Okay. It says, and so much as ye are partakers of Christ's sufferings.
Right. He said, because you're partakers of Christ's suffering, just like Christ was. Remember, he said, if anybody suffer as a Christian or somebody suffer as a follower of Christ, right? So he said, you suffered just like Christ suffered, because everybody hated Christ. Everybody hates you, right? Go ahead.
Oh God. That when his glory shall be revealed.
His what?
That when his glory shall be revealed.
What's his glory? What's his glory? Give me that in Matthew.
Okay.
Give me that in Matthew 19:27.
Matthew chapter 19, verse 27.
Right.
Then answered Peter and said unto him, behold, we have forsaken all.
Stop. He said, we have forsaken all, right? We have forsaken everything. We have forsaken our jobs, forsaken our wives, forsaken our kids, our families. We have taken all that away. We don't even worry about that no more, right? And what did they do? What did they do when they forsaken all those other things, right? Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving, Halloween, Memorial Day, they birthdays, New Year's Eve, right? What did they do when they forsake that? Keep going.
So God says, we have forsaken all and
right.
followed thee.
And they forsaken all and followed Christ, right? That's what they're talking about. That's what he's saying, right? We forsaken all those other things that we used to do in the past, and now we follow you, my Lord. We follow you, Ottawa. That's what they telling Christ right now. Go ahead.
God says, what shall we have therefore?
And I was asking them, what should we have therefore? Like, what are we going to get for forsaking everything that we had in the past and following you, right? When is we going to reap our benefits, right? Go ahead, keep going.
Verse 28, and Yahushua said unto them, verily I say unto you,
right,
that ye which have followed me,
right,
in the regeneration,
right, when
the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory.
Stop. It said in the regeneration, when the Son of Man will sit on the throne of his glory, right? So it's talking about when you die and come back to life. When I come back to life, right, and I sit on the throne of the kingdom of heaven, right? That's when you're gonna get your glory. That's when you're gonna get your that's when you're gonna get your repayment of following me, right? How can you fathom that? I know the disciples was looking like, so I gotta die and come back to get my glory. And I know they was like, well, all right, but whatever you say, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because I know now, us as Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, we can't even fathom sacrificing something now for our kids can have something 200 years from in the future. Nowadays, grandparents, they want to keep everything to themselves, and they were like, I ain't giving nothing to my children, and this, that, and this, that. They better make their own way. I've heard it. So you don't want to leave nothing for your kids. Nope. Because that's the world we live in. That's a Christian mindset. That's a selfish mindset. Go ahead, Art.
You know, it's not selfish. People in the world will even understand this. Investing in the end times is what these brothers were doing right here. Right. But you could invest in some cryptocurrency or some stocks, right? In the hope that it's going to rise up and take over and put you in a better position. But when it comes to this, when you comes to your spirit, these men took that challenge and took that investment seriously. We don't know who is who in this planet. Scripture says we'll not, there's no remembrance of former things, right? But when it says that they're in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, this is a message to y'all that are listening right now. That may have been y'all that we was talking to back here. We don't know. But what we do know is that this is the investment of our spirit right here that we are now taking back so that we can take it, so we can see the glory, so that we can be a part of that glory.
I give you one better.
Go ahead.
The brothers and sisters in the I.S.U.P.K are doing that now.
That's my whole point.
We don't know. We don't know when Christ's coming back. We just know he's coming back soon. But
Right.
we're in the truth, right? Forsaking everything that we used to be: drug dealers, whoremongers, right? Drug smokers, drug users, right? We used to be all these things here. We used to be hypocrites. We used to worship other gods, all manners of things. But we have forsaken all those things to follow Christ.
That's right.
Right, and we don't know when we're going to get our reward, but we know we're going to get our reward. We know we're going to get it, but that's what we're doing now. We're forsaking all the things that we used to do just to follow Christ, right? And it sounds like a small thing, but it's a very big thing to follow Christ, because nobody on this planet is following Yahushua except the I.S.U.P.K.
Damn right.
Only the I.S.U.P.K is following Christ. Everybody else is doing what they want to do. Everybody else is picking and choosing out the Bible, picking and choosing out of this, out of that. Some of us is saying that God loves everybody and they love everybody, but then they celebrate only the oppressors' holidays. If they love everybody, right? How come they don't love the Israelites and try to celebrate the Israelite customs and high holy days? So they don't really love everybody. They just love their oppressors.
That's right.
That's basically what they're saying. But here in I.S.U.P.K, we love Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans only. And we don't have no love for nobody else. That's why we're so passionate. That's why we do the things we do.
Damn right.
Because we love Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We show love to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We don't have no love left for nobody else. Because we love each other so much.
That's heavy.
Right?
Damn right, sir.
Keep going, huh?
Khan. When the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory,
right,
ye also shall sit upon the 12 thrones.
Right. We shall also sit upon the 12 thrones. So when Christ gets his crown and sits upon the throne of his glory, we also going to sit on a throne. Not his throne, but we're going to sit on a throne. Right? Go ahead.
Judging the 12 tribes of Yasharallah.
All right, we're going to judge the 12 tribes of Israel. We're going to judge the 12 tribes of Israel. We're going to judge the planet and everybody in it. That's our glory, man. And that's what we're waiting on, man. Now let's go back to Peter's 4 and 12.
First Peter chapter 4, verse 12.
Right. Or give me 13.
Verse 13. But rejoice, inasmuch as ye are partakers of Christ's sufferings.
Right. As much as you suffered for Christ, as much as Christ suffered, and you suffered just like Christ, the world hated Christ, and they hate you because you follow Christ. Go ahead.
That when his glory shall be revealed,
right,
ye may be glad also with exceeding joy.
Right, because when his glory be fulfilled, ye shall be revealed. Right, and ye be glad also with exceeding joy. Right.
That's right.
It says you're gonna be glad with exceeding joy when you're able to sit upon the 12 tribes, the thrones. Right. Christ is gonna sit upon the throne, and he's gonna give you a throne. And you're going to be able to judge righteously. You're going to be excited about that thing. You're going to be like, yeah, hey, this feels pretty good here, because it only feels naturally right. Your spirit is embedded to do that.
That's right.
Just like the white man's spirit is embedded to do evil, your spirit is embedded to do righteous, to do good.
Big fact.
You want to do good. You want to do good. Just everything in the world is telling you not to do good. Everything in the world is telling you not to keep law, statutes, and commandments, even though you know that's the right thing to do. Right? Keep going on.
Ye may, it says that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy.
Right.
If ye be reproached for the name of Christ.
Right. If you be looked at as a disappointment because Christ was looked at like that, if you was looked at like a disappointment for following Christ, right?
That's
Go ahead.
Happy are ye.
He says, happy are ye. You're going to be happy, right? You should be happy that they looking at you like, oh, you just a follower of Christ. You should be happy about that. Like, yeah, I am. You know what I'm talking about? Cult leader. You know what I mean?
I didn't try to say we were cult. Right.
Yeah, go ahead.
It says, for the spirit of glory and of God resteth upon you.
Right, because the spirit of glory and God resteth upon you, because you have to bring the kingdom of heaven here. You have to bring the kingdom of heaven to here on earth. You have to bring Christ here. The world is waiting on Christ. Christ is waiting on you, black man, Hispanic man, Native American man. He's waiting on you to come down here to save you. He's waiting for you to get your mind right.
That's right. On their part, he is evil spoken of.
Right, because Christ is evil spoken of. Christ only came for the 12 tribes of Israel, right? And they're gonna say, no, Christ came from everybody. That's being evil spoken of.
That's right.
Christ is a black man. They say Christ is a white man. That's being evil spoken of.
That's right.
Go ahead.
But on your part, he is glorified.
Right, because we go out and we teach the truth in Christ. I cannot lie. We teach the truth in Christ. After this, give me Romans 9:1. But keep going.
God says, but on their part, he is evil spoken of.
Right.
But on your part, he is glorified.
Right, we're glorified. This is why we're glorified, right? This is why we're Christ is glorified in our name, because we don't do like the rest of the world do. Go ahead.
Okay, let's into that verse. You want me 15?
Yes.
Verse 15. But let none of you suffer as a murderer.
Right, because we're not murderers here like the rest of the world. That's why Christ is glorified in us. Keep going.
Or as a thief.
We don't steal like the rest of the world. That's why Christ is glorified. Read on.
Or as an evildoer.
We don't do evil like the rest of the world. That's why Christ is glorified in us. That's why Christ is glorified in us, because we glorify the Most High in Christ, right? And we don't do these things like the rest of the world. So Christ is like, he's happy about that thing there. He's like, yeah, y'all give me glory.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Y'all give me glory because I taught y'all, and now y'all teaching the rest of the nation, but y'all not doing what the rest of the world is doing. Y'all glorify me. Go ahead.
Or as a busybody in
right.
other men's matters.
Right. We're not gossiping about other men's or what other men is worried about. That's what we're not doing. We're not worried about how many ribs that brother got. We're not worried about what he's doing over there with his woman. We're not worried about these things in other men's matters. We're not worried about that. That's what we're not worried about. We're not like the men in the world. That's why Christ is glorified in us. We glorify the things of Christ. Now give me that in Romans 9:1, and we're gonna be done.
Romans chapter 9 and verse 1.
Right.
I say the truth, and I.S.U.P.K.
Right. We say that. Right. This is Paul talking. Right.
That's right.
He's writing a letter to Rome, and he said, "I say the truth in Christ." Right. Go ahead.
I lie not.
I say the truth in Christ. He said he ain't lying. He said, if you could trust anything, trust these words right here. I ain't lying. I'm telling the truth. I ain't lying about nothing. That's what he did. I want to say it like he would say it. I think he said it like that, but I feel like Paul was on some others. He was like, yeah, I ain't lying. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't lying. I'm saying the truth. Go ahead.
My conscience also bearing me witness in the Holy Spirit,
because he was there. We was there, so he knows what happened with Christ. He knows exactly what happened. Go ahead.
That I have great heaviness and continual sorrow in my heart.
Right, he has heaviness and great continual sorrow in his heart, because at this time Christ had just passed. Christ had just died. They had just murdered Christ. Right. So he felt bad, like damn man, like, and then he was on the way to Rome to destroy the name of Christ, and then he got knocked off the horse and had a vision about Christ. Christ came to him in a vision. Go ahead.
Verse 3, for I could wish that myself were accursed from Christ for my brethren.
He said he wished he can go through the same thing that Christ went through for his brothers, because Christ died for his brothers and his sisters. So he said he wished he can do the same exact thing, right? Paul wasn't no punk.
That's right.
Paul was not no punk. He was a hard-nosed, a hard-nosed Israelite. He was down for it. He was like, I wish I can go through the same thing that Christ went to for my brothers and sisters, basically. Go ahead.
My kinsmen.
His what?
My kinsmen.
His kinfolk. You know what I mean? His kinfolk, his family of the earth. We talk like that now. What up, kinfolk? What up, kinfolk? And we talking about brothers and sisters. We're not telling no so-called white man, what up, kinfolk? We're only talking about talking to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Go ahead.
my kinsmen according to the flesh.
Right, his kinsmen according to the flesh. Right, in the Christian church, they tell you, oh, everything is spiritual. He's talking about his spiritual brothers and his spiritual this and his spiritual that. No, he said according to the flesh. That means brothers that look like him, his same bloodline.
That's right.
That's what he's talking about. Basically, when he said his flesh, he's talking about his bloodline, his family of the earth. He said his kinfolk, his brothers, right? First his brothers. Then he said his kinfolk. Then he's talking about his flesh, his family, his bloodline of the earth. Keep going.
Verse 4. Who are Israelites?
Who is his brothers? Who is his kinfolk? Who is his flesh?
Israelites.
Who?
Israelites.
All right, man. So Christ, so Paul wished he could die for Israelites. Christ died for Israelites. Keep going, man.
To whom pertaineth the adoption.
Now the adoption is for Israelites. Keep going, because pertain means to own or belonging to, right? Go ahead. So the first one is adoption. So the adoption back to Christ and back to the Most High belongs to the Israelites. Keep going.
And the glory.
And the glory of God. We just read about the glory of God about sitting on the 12 thrones and judging the 12 tribes of Israel in the world. That belongs to Israelites. Keep going.
And the covenants.
And the covenants, the first covenant, the old covenant, and the new covenant, both belong to Israelites. Not no damn Islam. You know what I mean? Not no damn Islam, because Islam gonna say, oh well, what about the covenant between the Most High and Ishmael? There is no covenant between the Most High and Ishmael. The covenant between Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Jacob's name pertains to Israel, and he had 12 sons, man.
That's right.
And those are the progenitors of the 12 tribes of Israel, man. Those are forefathers. Go ahead.
And the giving of the law.
And the giving of the law was only given to Israelites, nobody else. Right? Keep going.
And the service of Yahweh.
And the services of God was only given to the Israelites, nobody else. Keep going.
And the promises.
And the what?
And the promises.
And the promises of the kingdom of heaven only given to Israelites, nobody else. Is that it on that?
It's into that verse, sir.
And those were only given to Israelites. Those are 6 things that's only given to Israelites. There's 6 things that's only given to Israelites, and you can't find nothing else in the Bible that says any of those 6 are given to anybody else. And salvation, that's 7. That's the because 7 is part of the salvation is part of the promises.
Yeah, well,
nobody else was given that but the Israelites, and that's one thing that we have in common as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Is that Christ died for us, and that those things right there in the Bible is only for us.
That's right.
Nobody else. And that's one of the most important things about this Bible. Go ahead, Art.
Oh God, I was just gonna say that 7th one is actually verse 5, right?
About being saved.
Come on.
Go ahead, give me that.
Verse 5. Whose are the fathers?
Right.
And of whom, as concerning the flesh, Christ came.
Right, because remember, I only said we were talking about the fathers, right? We're talking about Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Jacob's name was changed to Israel, and Israel had 12 sons. So that's 4 fathers. One of those 12 sons will equal 4 fathers. Right. You have 4 fathers. Those are your forefathers, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Give me the rest of it.
Oh, God, it says, whom as concerning the flesh, I.S.U.P.K came.
Right, you're right. And instead of the flesh, right, he's talking about bloodline. Who concerning the bloodline that Christ came, right? Because Christ came for that bloodline of those forefathers.
That's right.
He came for that bloodline. Nobody else's bloodline. Trying to give the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans trying to give their promises and their rulership and their culture to everybody else. Right. No. Go ahead.
Who is over all?
Right, because he's over all. Right, Christ is over everybody because he's going to give crowns to the Israelites, and they're going to be over other nations. Right, and Christ is over the Israelites. That's right. Called rank and order.
That's right.
That's called rank and order.
Come.
But nobody nowadays knows rank and order because they too busy talking about ain't nobody gonna tell me what to do. Ain't nobody gonna tell me what to do. That's what everybody says. What you mean anybody gonna tell you what to do? But then they get pulled over by the police and they be like, get out the car. They get out the car. Give me your license and registration. Give me your license and registration. I bet you they be like, ain't nobody gonna tell me what to do, sell drugs, get popped, and go to prison. Damn. And they get told what to do. Damn. Instead of them getting an I.S.U.P.K and somebody telling them, hey, don't sell drugs, and they don't actually listen. and then they don't have to go to prison and have the white man rule over them.
That's right.
What's up, Art?
I'm just saying it's like because without that rank and order, you fall into all kinds of mischief, and you see it all the time when people are dealing with the afflictions of not being in the truth. You
Right.
see women out there with their families falling apart,
Right.
falling to illness to COVID,
Right.
losing their battles, losing everything that they have because they defy the order of our people, and because they try to do things on their own, they're gonna deal with their problems on their own too.
Damn right.
And that's the sad thing. That doesn't have to be that way. It definitely don't have to be that way. When you have us in your corner, we here for you. We're not here for ourselves. We're here to continue to build you up. But you have to waken up to that. You can't just be standing on the sideline the whole time watching.
Hey, but we can't force nobody to come into the truth, and we can't force nobody to do what we say. We can only teach the word.
That's right.
We can only teach. We can't force anybody to do anything. We can't force anybody to do anything. Who are we? The American military? You know what I mean? The American military, the one that forces people to do things.
Come on, sir. Almost done with that precept.
Oh, there's more on 5?
There's a little bit more.
On 5?
Come on, sir.
All right, I don't want 6. Go ahead.
Verse 5, still, second half. Who is over all, God blessed forever.
Right. God bless Christ, Yahweh Shai Mashiach forever. God's gonna bless him forever. Right now, Christ is not on this physical plane, and he's still blessed. Ain't that some shit?
Mm-hmm.
So it'll behoove you to follow. It'll behoove us to follow Christ, so we can be blessed also. And the only way we can do that is by keeping the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High.
Damn right.
That's the only way. Man, get one more scripture. Give me Revelations 14.
Let's get it. Right, hey, Most High, right.
You Revelations 14.
Bonus precepts, sir.
I know you talk about like you talk.
Hey, man, listen, Robert, you thought it was over? This is gonna be the last one, right?
Right. Give me Revelations 14. Where you at? Let me see. Bring it to me. I think it wants to say it's 13.
Love that Bible, man. You get more Bibles like that.
We sure do.
Gotta have the whole library.
Oh, right. Yeah, 12. I knew it was somewhere around 13.
Come on, sir. Revelation chapter 14 and verse 12. Here is the patience of the saints.
Right. Who's the saints?
Israel.
All right. Israelites are the saints. So he said, here's the patience and the faith of Israel, right?
That's right.
Go ahead.
Here are they that keep the commandments of Yahweh.
That do what?
That keep the commandments of Yahweh.
That's what we do here. And as brothers and sisters, brotherhood and sisterhood, we keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Right? Go ahead.
Come on. And the faith of Yahweh Shai.
Right. Is that in on 12?
Constant.
That's what we do here. That was right on point, right? I'm trying to tell you.
That was straight from the dome, huh?
Yeah, it was.
Woo.
I'm trying to tell you.
Most High Christ.
And with that, we are the I.S.U.P.K. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana, and we've been teaching the truth since 1969. I now pass the class over to Trooper Ayalawan.
Con, sir.
Yeah.
These are the I.S.U.P.K. security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K. started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for the new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After the 6-month period, they will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, is found in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10.
Ma'ashara means 10th in the Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest funds, free will offerings for priests is not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. We have the Feast of Dedication, the Hanukkah, which is to take the 25th day of the 9th month by the space of 8 days. This is to take place starting Sunday the 28th at sundown, November 2021, for 8 days. This is found in the book of 1 Maccabees chapter 4, verse 52 through 61. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black. Boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. Now with that concludes the I.S.U.P.K security announcements.
All right, that. I Majum.
Oh,
Lord. We need more space. I Majum. Right. We're going to start, turn the face to east. We're going to do the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew and in English. Right?
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kodash.
Haya. Shimka.
Yahweh.
Malakwaka.
Taba'a.
Ratazaka.
Haya.
Aisha. Ba'arataza.
Kawa.
Haya. Bashamayim.
Nathan
Lacham. Kal. Yawam. Wasalaklanao. Kabawaklanao. Kasalaklanao. Kabawatyanao. Wala. Tabayanao. Banasaya 1. Abal. Hawashayanao. Mayan. Rai. Kaya. Lacha. Hamalakwa. Waha'ala. Wahata Pa'arath. La'ai Walamyam. Aman.
Now this is the Lord's Prayer in English. Our Father.
Our Father.
Which art in heaven.
Which art in heaven.
Hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
In earth.
In earth.
As it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day.
Our daily bread.
Our daily bread.
And forgive us our debts.
And forgive us our debts.
As we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not.
And lead us not
into temptation. But deliver us.
From evil.
From evil. For thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
Forever so be it.
Forever so be it.
All right. Now we're going to start. Turn the face to front. We're going to give a courtesy salute to the brothers. Men of Israel. Amajim Shabbat. Amajim. Barak.
Yahweh Bashem Yahweh
All right. Now we're going to turn the start and face the sisters. We're going to give a courtesy salute. Men of Israel. Amajim Shabbat. Amajim. Barak.
Yahweh Shema Lathan Bashem Yahweh Shai.
All right, and with that, class is dismissed.
Outside, you in the crib, but the boy outside, I get it on outside. From the dust to the dawn outside, so outside. You know what? You know why it's good? Because it's still outside. When you better, when you outside, it's a war outside. I get it on outside. You in the crib, but the boy outside, I get it on outside. Listen, every nigga can't all record shit. Excellent, rhyme for rockin', behind the left and the president. I remain strong, King Kong with the prevalence. I show you exactly what we do, that's how I represent. All cool, living sick, chain on, elevate, throwing all back. When they start like a leopard print, I got the braids in, shades on, made men. If you put in work, it's not the earth until they change it. All strong, talk heavy, hold my own. We rock solid, but we about to leave the sword, the stone, nigga. We warriors, hardcore, tracking the pride, to let it eat, speak, nigga, jiggle eyes. And we talk the super heavy, nigga, that's the surprise. With all scriptures, we talk, working, captain and God, nigga, we blazing, ripping whack with all facts, doing the dollars to the back, till we cracking the pavement. U.P.K, got the one West Harlem, nigga. We spring forward and they falling like it's harder, nigga. Talking to all the niggas born in the blood, and when we feeling this shit cold and love, and that's murder. Oh, I get it, can't tie, warning out of my kind. I got the order in his hand of kind, I know what kind, without a doubt in my mind. I'm gonna stop and recline. Anybody that come against the nation probably resign. It's a war going on outside, no man is safe from. I hate these niggas, no more shots, but can they take some? Christ said outside. Cause that's skill, but you better be on outside. Cause it's a war outside. I get it on outside. You in the crib, but the war outside. I get it on outside. Nobody's safe. It's a war out here. If you pussy in the streets, you a war out here. See me all suited up in my fallout gear. 762, flip your fucking car out here. No burner, I still a break your jaw out here. No fear, you scared, get a motherfucking prick. Yeah, sit up in the church, you a motherfucking bitch. I give you in the verse, but I give you in the clips. 32 rounds of fire, never quit. A lot of fuckery going down, so what's the purpose? Sit and hang around these clowns, get out the circus. If you cross that line, then you get lit up. The worst is all black hearses, painted with black earth. Docs on site with medics and mad nurses. Keep us at your mercy. You don't want that counter war, ready for that bullshit. Kinda like a matador. Get this kind of focus. You gon' need some Adderall. Something just to lock you in behind them padded walls. They say I got some screws loose, and that's true too. Don't let me let them wolves through like it's a full moon. It's like I transformed the booth to a war room. Come up with a strategy, maximizing your calories. Courage and King David battling like a masterpiece. Find out who you think that nigga also a athlete. People seek apart his life away rapidly. Take a knee for your majesty, take it, they hate it savagely. I try to leave a rap alone, but I guess that just happened. Keep you grounded like gravity in the middle of the damage. Horror, I see calamity. Scar you up on my family. Murmur rappers be mad at me. Fuck them up in their faculty. They words sweet, sit in their mouth, they causing cavity. Yeah, it's a war. Now that you suckers work. It's a war going on outside. You in the crib with the war outside. I get it on outside. From the dust to the dawn outside. So when I'm going outside, you catch your breath when they drawing outside. Cause it's a war outside. Once war drawn outside. Cause that's killer, but you better be on outside. Cause it's a war outside. I get it on outside. You in the crib, but the war outside. I get it on outside.